Mr. Dutchy Beats.
I'm not even gonna sell these. I don't think. I think these are gonna go to like a few different like the super supporters. So I think I've only got like 20 of them. So like, yeah, I might sell some of them, but then I'm just giving them away to like the guys and girls who really support the clothing line, because it's not really cost effective to sell them at the moment anyway. But yeah, man. What's been going on, man? I'm drinking this Tesco's Amaretto.
The Amaretto, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you having it with?
Coke.
It tastes like Dr. Pepper, innit?
I guess so. I got no the Disaronno's all gone, man. Like,
yeah, it all tastes the same, man.
My wife must have drunk it all.
Yeah, the flipping Dr. Pepper and Amaretto and Coke, same.
I've been drinking root beer.
Dr. Pepper's just non-alcoholic Amaretto. Would you say drinking root beer, yeah?
Yeah, man, I got like
Do you remember when they had that at McDonald's?
Wait, trust me, that was like the best summer, man. That was the time. Did they do it twice or just once? Because I remember once, like...
It was quite a few years. It was quite a few years, man, because I went into a McDonald's one time and they had all these different drinks on the thing. Yeah. And I said, what's root beer? And the guy was like, you better try it first. So he went and got me a little bit of it. Yeah. And I didn't like it. I was with my mum at the time. I was young. I can't remember. I think I was about 6 or something, but I didn't really like it. But since then, I've had it. Like, is Dandelion and Burdot, is that root beer as well? The D&B, that's a different thing. Because in America, I had root beer a lot.
It's got a similar taste. So I remember, yeah. Remember when in Clapham they had the McDonald's on the high street, and I remember summer, like, so it must have been summer 88 or 89, and then root beer, like that summer was the best. And that McDonald's used to be like opposite my church. Yeah. Man used to be there like after church, and then like we had summer school there as well. So we were there throughout the summer. That was the one, man. Go over there. I swear it was like 50p for a drink back then as well at McDonald's. Like,
I remember I went to one church summer school, yeah, and it was at Sideswell B, a nuclear power station. It was literally just down the road from there.
See?
Did you ever go to any of them ones near Sideswell B?
Nah, where the hell's that?
It's on the coast, isn't it? Like it's on the East Anglian coast.
I only ever went to the ones my dad was running.
Oh, see, the water is actually warm because of the nuclear power station. The sea's warm. That
can't be the reason, man.
Yeah, we used to go swim in the sea, and the sea was warm.
The sea could be warm, but it can't be because of the nuclear power plant. Like, what?
It was because of the nuclear power plant. It was so warm. Everyone was like, "Yeah, the water's warm because of the power plant, isn't it?"
See, I guess they have to cool off because to cool off a nuclear power plant, you pump water through it, innit?
Yeah, so it must have been that water coming out into the sea.
See. So it's not like nuclear runoff. It's just like water that's been used. I guess it's not contaminated.
Fuck, we all said, "Oh, we're gonna grow third eye," and shit like that, but I didn't.
Bit of a mad one. So what's been happening this week, man?
Nothing, man. Just the same old shit. Just got a few features I got to do, and then I just want to start doing my own tunes again, man. So I just need to get on that.
Do you find it hard to like motivate yourself to do features sometimes?
Nah, features I find easy because someone's depending on you. Yeah. So that gives me the boot that I need to do it. But my own stuff, I used to be able to crack on with my own stuff easy. But since like I had my last album, I just haven't really been bothered. Like I'd hear other rappers talking about what I've gonna write about and think, oh, they've done it already, there's no point. So then that's the problem.
Yeah, but everyone raps about the same shit anyway. Like unless you kind of go super niche with it.
That's like with what is it? You know when Nas, they asked him why he changed so much on his third album, like the style, and why haven't you done more tunes like NY State of Mind and and all that stuff like on the first one, or Whose World Is This, that, all that, World Is Yours, all that one. And he goes, because he heard Jay-Z's Dead Presidents, and he's thought he's done it now. I can't do anything else. So I just changed, do other stuff.
I don't know, man. I kind of get where he's coming from, but I always feel like you're gonna do what
your own personality.
Yeah, so there's never ever going to be anyone who's going to say the things that you say. And I've also tried as well to make my music more personal, like over the years.
Yeah.
And you know, someone who's really sick at that, Terror, man. I think when it comes to like not being influenced by other rappers, Terror's might be, to me, the best at that.
Yeah.
Because he's a kind of he doesn't listen to anybody else. So it's just like I'm just doing my thing. Even like turn of phrase, even certain things that rappers say, there's certain phrases that rappers say, there's certain I don't know, man, it kind of all fits into like a kind of a formula. But Terror's always the kind of person who's gonna come with something totally different because it only came from his head.
Yeah.
Even like, yeah, man. And I always feel like that's something I've always tried to do. But it's really hard, man, because you're doing, like, when you say you're rapping, yeah, like I make music, I make rap, there's a point of reference for that. So there's like you say, there's Jay-Z, there's Nas, there's AJ Tracy, there's Dave, there's Giggs, there's Kano, there's Wiley, there's point of reference for all of these things, yeah. And if you were, say you were somebody, yeah, who had never heard that music before, and you listen to all those artists that I just mentioned, you'd be able to see a common thread for all of them and go, oh yeah, they say that and they talk about that, boom, boom, boom. So it's obviously there. So then as a rapper, when you're like, time to do your own music, it's really hard to go, how do I get me into this without bringing anybody else in to this, even though there's a pattern, there's a formula for it. So I find that kind of it gets easier as I get older, because as I get older, I feel like there's less old rappers in a way, or old.
In drum and bass at the moment, a lot of these people are just writing battle bars. Everything's just battle bars, and then just like saying how you're better than other people, or this MC, these other MCs are fake and stuff like, or whatever, or just talking all that kind of vibe, and then so that's why I made a couple of tunes that are more like just talking about what I feel about what's going on, rather than that kind of vibe. So I'm trying to do different things, or just what I'm interested in, really, because it's like what I remember in English Dave, innit? He told me why he stopped battling was because he said he got bored of just writing about another man for like 2 weeks and just doing research on this one man, and then you just use those bars and then that's it. You spent all that time just writing about someone else, and then it's not like that track's going to be recorded and laid down for posterity. It's just, that's it, done.
You say that though, but then battle rap is, I kind of see that as that's forever. There's certain battle rap, English being one of them. He has a battle that I watch a lot. Him versus Krieger, I watch that a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If anyone's like, if I ever meet someone who doesn't know about battle rap, I always say like Shotty versus Tony D, any battle with Shuffle T or Marlo, and then that one as well. Like, just because how Dave, like, his flow is. But I think like, I feel like the older I get, the more I get a grasp on who I am. And that's why I never get writer's block anymore. So it's always like, I'm never in a position where I don't know what I'm going to say, because I know who I am and I know what I'm going to say in any given moment. And then that can change with the concept. So speaking of features, I need to write a feature for Canis. Canis sent me a track. And it's really just like a kind of like a boasty track. I've been here, boom, boom, boom. But to me, that's really on brand, because I've been doing that for the last 10 years. Kind of, yo, I'm here, I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. So to me, that's like a real easy concept to do. And then I'm going to throw in a few like life gems. Like, I feel like as a rapper, you're a brand, innit? So your brand is your story. And every single track I do is just my story. There's only a few things that I don't put in my raps pertaining to my personal life, which I guess at some point I might put in. There was always certain things that I wouldn't rap about, because I was like, if I rap about them now, I can't do it again. So songs like Father's Day took me a long time to do, because I know you can't do more than one Father's Day. I got this song about my daughters, which I've never really like put down, because it's like, yeah, once you've done it, you've done it. You know what I mean? Those kind of things. But you know the basic stories. But as far as like getting the fucking, I don't know, man, the motivation to write feature verses, especially when I'm still doing this 1 track a week business, which takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it, man. I have to be like really motivated to give a verse to somebody else at this point.
Yeah. Like I did one the other day for, there's this female MC called Wiser who's doing an album, and she sent me the tune and whatnot, and I liked the beat, and that was easy. I literally wrote that in like 10 minutes, but then I got the COVID thing. I didn't feel up to recording it for like 2 weeks or whatever, and then I recorded it the other day. But it was one of them verses that, you know, when you could just do it in one take.
Yeah.
But obviously I just had the thing on recording, and I did the one take about just for as long as the 4 minutes of the instrumental was going on, and I just chose the best one. And then I did the ad-libs to that.
That's pretty cool.
Say that again?
That's pretty cool, man. That's a weird way of doing it. But
I haven't really done it like this. When I used to go studio, I never used to do it like this. Yeah. But now, because I'm doing it by myself, I just started playing around, like seeing what would work. So I do just one take, yeah. Just if I can do it in one take, I just do the whole thing in one take, and then just do it again, and by the end you're getting more into it, and it's more fluid, in it, and then you choose the one that you like the best. So like what I used to do when I used to go and record with Monk, was do like 3 takes of each 4 bars, and then choose the best one, and then have that playing, and then do the next 4 bars, and the next 4 bars, and the next 4 bars. I will do that sometimes if the flow's mad difficult or whatever to do. But
I had to do this. So this verse I done for next week's single was a track that me and Harry Shotter. Mm-hmm. And Harry Shotter sent me this verse. This verse might be 2 years old. It might have been more than 2 years old now. It might be 3 years old. He sent me this verse.
His verse?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is so fucking cold. Like, it is so cold. And because of the way, because I don't write bars down, I just go in and record. So to me, when you're coming up against a verse like that, you need to be like on point. You need to be on fire. You need to be like coming for war. So it's taking me this long, literally to the week it had to be sent in. Like, okay, fuck it, I got to do it. And like, yeah,
was that him featuring on one of your tunes?
It's him featuring on my tune.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I think we changed the beat 3 times. This is the 3rd beat I had for this track.
Yeah.
And this is the best beat we've got so far. And I came in and did. It's very, very rare because of the way I write that I'll rewrite a verse. And it's not a thing I like doing, but I started the first 4 bars, listened back and was like, okay, I think that's all right. Then I waited till the next day to go back to it. Next day came back to it and was like, nah, it's not enough. Came back in again, went super, super hard, finished the verse and listened back to it. And I was like, it's hard, but it's like, this is the analogy, when you're writing a verse against Harry Shotter. Yeah. Harry Shotter is driving 100 miles an hour, right?
Or was he doing a double time kind of?
He's doing double time, but double time on 140 is flipping mad. Yeah. Like, it's hard. It's so hard to do, but he's doing it. He's doing 100 miles an hour, effortlessly. I'm doing 100 miles an hour as well, but I am foot to the floor. The car is shaking. It's about to break, and he's just going this. We're going the same speed. I'm keeping up with him, but not the same. And I feel like,
but that's because, like, that's because he's doing that week in and week out, double time all the time, isn't it? So like, for me, like, double timing is easy. I can do that easy, innit? But and so the more you do it, then the more easy it gets, man. So that's all. If you were doing it better, then you'd be able to do it easy.
I think this is the thing, with double time. So certain people would do like a single time flow on double time. So you're rapping, but you're just rapping fast. And so it means that you can have a basic rhyme, but if you say it fast, it sounds better, right? But me and Harry Show and you, we don't do that. It's always like the rhyme is already intricate. The rhyme is already like, when I was saying it slow, I was like, oh shit, that's fucking fire. And then when you speed it up, it's like, oh fuck. Like, it's nuts if you get it, but it's really hard just to, I'm not the clearest speaker anyway. So that's why as well, the more I rap here, the more I kind of get in tune with not just what you can do, what you should do, what sounds best for your voice, how you should rap, how you should perform it, what your delivery should be, what the speed should be. Just because you can fit a million words in doesn't mean you need to fit a million words in, because it might not sound the clearest. So I've kind of learned that over the years of how to really bring what I do. And that's why I don't do double time anymore. And so going back to doing double time and going and listening and going, I don't know if it's clear enough, man. So the engineer's going to check it out. Shapes is going to check it out tomorrow. And we're going to see if I need to redo it. But listening back, I was like, I can kind of get it. But I always want it to be, when you listen to his double time, it's so intricate, but every syllable is audible.
Yeah.
And that's what I need to make sure that mine is. It's never going to be as tight as his, but it's got to be there. I mean, it's never going to be
like
as tight as his.
Twister was sick like that, isn't it?
You know, he was, yeah. But did you hear him on that 50 tracks, 50 deep, rolling 50 deep recently?
No.
So it's K Slay with like 50 MCs, yeah. And at least 40 of them MCs are cold. Like, it's a cold track. Like, I was like, I ain't gonna like this. It's gonna be like bare old heads and Papoose. I'm not gonna feel it. And it was bare old heads and Papoose, but it was bare legends, man. And Twister was on there, and he didn't do a double time, he did a quadruple time. But I didn't know what words he was saying. So to me, it kind of took away from it, because it was like, yeah, that's the fastest thing I've ever heard ever, but I don't know any of the words you said. So it does. It's like, okay.
And then it's with double time as well. You have to be careful if you're gonna try and do ad libs, it can become a mess. Like, I remember with Bone Thugs and Harmony and that. Obviously, I really liked them and everything, but sometimes I couldn't understand what was being said in the verses when they're double timing. If they had like that, then they had to double track it on another voice and da 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 da. So if I'm doing double time, if I'm going to do any ad libs, it will only be on select words. I won't double track the whole thing or anything like that, because I want it to sound as clear as I can get it.
I don't really do I don't really do like double ups on most things anyway. But yeah, there's certain songs. Like, I know all the lyrics of Crosswords, and I still don't know all the lyrics of Crossroads. Crossroads.
Yeah.
You at the crossroads. Yeah. Like, I know every lyric, but I don't know what they're saying.
Like, the hardest bit in that tune is I miss my Uncle Charles.
Yeah. His always around the door, them when the hood was wrong. Hold on, gotta go home.
A lot of people, they used to think Wish was the worst in it, but that bit, everyone remembers that bit. Miss my Uncle Charles, isn't it? Everyone remembers
I would not say, like, I wouldn't even. Nah, I couldn't say any of them are the worst, but I'm probably the wrong person to speak on.
But see, like Busy. A lot of people would like Busy or Crazy Bone were the best, yeah. I always prefer Crazy Bone over Busy Bone, yeah. But one time, because I didn't used to like when Busy Bone used to try them high pitched singing kind of vibe. Sometimes it wasn't really my cup of tea. I prefer Crazy Bone's voice. I said, like, and he was like the all rounder for me. But then I heard Busy Bone spitting in a low voice to some people at a barbecue or something, and he was cold. I thought, right, he's sick, yeah. But it's just how he chose to do it on the record was different. But yeah, there was no doubt he was sick though.
The era was different though. Like, when you think back to that time, yeah, you had to have what's going to be distinctive about your voice. And to be fair, I don't think I became the Genesis Elijah that I am until I understood that concept. Until I was like, oh shit, there's an element in your voice that you have. So when you get on record, you got to play that up, right? And it wasn't until after Depp on Road was already out. So if you listen to Depp on Road, my first album, I'm not going to tell you where to find it, but you can find it if you look for it. If you listen to it, when I would rap, I would shout. So when I shout, my voice goes high. You hear it on these podcasts. When I get excited, my voice it goes super high. Yeah. But there's also another element to that as well. Yeah. When I'm like aggravated, it goes rah. like, you know what I mean? It goes super
Yeah.
growly. So to me, I was like, the high bit I don't like, but the growly bit I do like. So it's like understanding, how do you put those two things together? So for me, it was not, what was happening was I was always trying to shout over the beat. So the beat was always too loud. So what I did was turn the beat right down. I want the beat down. I want the beat down so I can hear myself. I want me up super loud so I can come on and boom. Great, but still humble. But still hungry. Then it's like, okay, cool. So you're shouting, but you're not screaming. And then now you have a signature element to your voice. And then over the years, again, just kind of...
Mine used to be like that. I was used to first starting in the club where you are shouting over the bass, isn't it, to be heard. So I'd high pitch my voice. I pitch my voice higher so it cut through over the bass line and shit. So when I used to go in the studio, I'd be like, turn it up like I'm in a rave, innit? And I'd do the same. But then now, I don't really... I want to do more low voice stuff, innit? And when I was in a rave, then I worked out how to project my voice and hold the mic so I could do low voice and it would still cut through. So then now that's what I kind of do on tunes. I'm trying to always have a bit of a lower voice than I used to. Some people are like, they like the higher voice better, but I'm just like, it's sort of annoying me listening back to it. I used to get annoyed.
Yeah.
Like I find it a bit irritating, the higher voice thing. So then I'm trying to just not irritate myself. So
it's really hard, like as an artist. It's hard as an artist to kind of to hear your voice as other people hear it. So you're trying to figure out like, is my voice, because I know there's certain rappers, Someone told me this a little while ago. They were saying that the rappers who are the best are the rappers who don't have that much of a novelty voice. So the Jay-Z's, the Nas's, it's more like if you listen to them talk, they sound like how they rap. So it's not too far off that. And every now and then you'll get somebody like a Busta Rhymes or like Eminem who's like really different. But what you then have with that, especially with Eminem, is bare people that hate his rap because of his voice. So you can be the sickest rapper.
Like Be Real from Cypress Hill, innit?
Yeah, but then I always loved his voice. But he was always like, he did that voice for that. He was like, everyone else had the deep voices. I need something that was different. So I came with the high pitch voice. And to me, that always stuck out. That sounded cold. And there's a lot of rappers like that. To me, Chester P's one of those guys. His voice, because it was high, it sounded different than everybody else.
And like Eazy-E as well.
Yeah.
But the same, like if you listen to Ice Cube on the Straight Outta Compton album, he's obviously shouting quite a lot. His voice is really high. All of them, their voices have gone higher. Then later albums, when they're starting to do more like chilled out tunes or whatever, their voices go lower. So it's mad.
Your voice changes anyway, man. Like when I listen to my old music, I'm just like, damn, you literally sound like you're 12.
Yeah.
But obviously, like your voice changes, and luckily for most rappers, it gets better. It gets better with time.
Like Prodigy from Mobb Deep, innit? His voice was quite kind of high on the first part of the albums. Like the last few albums, his voice is well low, innit? And it sounds sick.
Yeah. Like you kind of got to go with what you know what I mean, what you have, and just you lean into it, man. I always say that, lean into it. Like, what's the thing that makes you different? All right, lean into that shit. There's one guy, so I used to shout a lot. I used to growl a lot on tracks. And then I had this guy write this diss track for me, and he was like, every track you write, you're just shouting. And I was like, actually, that's a good point, actually. I do shout a lot on tracks. And then I also noticed that there was a couple other rappers who were kind of not stealing that flow, because that's not an original thing, but a lot of people who were doing what I was doing. Yeah. So I was like, all right, let me switch it. So if you listen to my music after that time, so around 2008, 2009, it kind of switches up. So you listen to I'm Doing It. When I first came back, I'm Doing It, I was really just kind of sitting down a bit more on the track rather than being all aggy on it and just chilling and changing how.
But then the thing is, like, you got them artists that have shouted their heads off, like M.O.P.
Yeah.
And they just sound sick. But it's the way that it's engineered. Well, the engineering is the key, man. Like, even like Mystical Mind, the Mystical album, that first one.
Yeah.
And I heard that, I was like, oh man, this is mad. This is fucking mad. This is sick. And it's all, if you've got a good engineer, that's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
Because some, they know how to work it for you as well, innit?
Yeah. I guess like knowing how to EQ your voice, or knowing it, having an engineer who even understands that.
Yeah.
Like, I think I got a good engineer now. I think Shapes does a good job. But Nihai was always one for that. He was always like, you need to figure out like where your voice sits, and not only where your voice sits, what part of your voice you want to use, because there's going to be elements, there's going to be like frequencies of your voice that we're not really going to want. So what part of that do we want to get rid of? But yeah, he's a bit of a genius on that side of things. Me, I don't know about that shit, man. I just be rapping, man. I'm like, shut the fuck up, man.
I always find myself pitching my voice to the tune, innit? So I'm trying to, when I'm rapping, it's kind of like singing, so you're in tune with the key of the tune.
Yeah.
But then that can present difficulties in itself, because sometimes then the thing can either sound really good high, or it sound really good, like a 2 octaves lower than that. But then you're going to struggle to do either of them. So then you're like, fuck. So then some rappers who just talk atonally to the beat, like to the tune, they're just completely not worried about the pitch of their voice to the tune. They better in those situations. So
yeah, I guess so.
A bit of a mad one, isn't it?
I just started doing this. So obviously I work with young people, and at the moment we don't have, because of lockdown, we can't use a studio. So I've put together this 6 weeks music industry masterclass. So it's like 6 weeks of kind of just going through the music industry. So week 1 is about writing simple things like how long is a bar? Like, how do you write your 16 bars, your 8 bars, 12 bars? What's the importance of a hook? What changes depending on who you're writing for or what you're writing for? Week 2 is about production. Week 3, engineering. Week 4, distribution, royalties, publishing. Week 5 is about presentation. How do you present artwork, videos, that kind of stuff. And week 6, marketing and promotion. So
how are you doing it on Zoom?
It's going to be Zoom, man. It's going to be like
That's what I've been doing, man, all last week. Every lecture I've been doing is on Zoom.
What I'm going to do, every week is going to get a different artist to come in and just sit with me. We're just going to have a chat, and then they'll be able to just drop questions in and be like, yeah. So the first week would be like a sick writer. And I was thinking maybe Tony D or someone who's really, really pen game is nuts, and just kind of break that down. Then get a different producer, all that kind of shit, and then people could just ask questions.
Have you seen how in America, like, a lot of people are dissing pen game now?
What do you mean?
They're calling it rappity rap. They're dissing rappers who try and write good lyrics.
It's always been that though. I've been that kind of person. Like, I've always been like, because what it is, it's what's the content? And I feel like sometimes people forget about content because they're going for pattern and flow. And it's like, all right, cool. Flow sounds good. Pattern sounds good.
Huh? They're dissing the content as well. They're dissing rappers who are trying to be, like, conscious rhymers or whatever. But then
like
me, I like it all. Like, I'll like tunes that are just like, like the one catchy hook kind of tune repeated all the time. I like that, and then I'll like some deep tune or whatever. I don't.
But what's deep though? That's the thing. A lot of shit ain't deep.
Okay, not deep, but like one that's talking about a subject and it's intricate and all that kind of shit. Like, for me, it's cool. I'll just listen to both, innit? But like, even like as I was saying, in drum and bass, all the MCs now are trying to have mad pen game, innit? Whereas before it wasn't. It was more an emphasis on the flow and how it added to the music, or all that kind of shit. Now it's like they're trying to do both, or some of them, they're not as concerned with doing a mad flow. They're just more concerned with writing good punchlines and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So it's just weird how that in drum and bass it's moved to that in a jump up scene anyway. Whereas in hip hop it's to be moving away from that. It's kind of strange, isn't it? So
I think the way I see this, the way I've always looked at it, is like this. I see the finished product of what we're doing as far as like a song. The analogy is it's a cake, So the purpose of that cake is to be eaten, consumed, right? So if you want to make a super intricate like crazy different ingredients here, and you're like, yeah, I'm putting these crazy ingredients in, and boom, 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 and then I taste the cake, and the cake tastes like shit. Then I'm just like, well, you fucked up, man. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. If you go, listen,
that Friends episode with Rachel making a try. You seen that one?
Yeah, that's the shit that they be doing, innit? So, like, if you can just sit and just make a classic, exquisitely made Victoria sponge, yeah, then to me, you done your job. Like, it doesn't have to be like crazy in and out, all these different crazy patterns, because at the end of the day, like, what's it for? Now, I understand you can have different cakes for different things. It might not even be a cake. You might be making some fucking high fiber brownie, and you're like, okay, yeah, I need more fiber in my diet. I understand that, but it's not going to be for everyone. And I also feel like it's really, I came away from that, man, because I come from like, our background as far as UK hip hop is, the gods of our scene are Jest, Kalashnikov, and Chester P, yeah? Task Force, right? So, like, they were the level of what Pen Game is. Now, their pen game is elite, god level pen game. And it's not smoke and mirrors, but there's loads of people who try to be like them that couldn't do what they did. Like, you listen to Chester P, Jellyfish Kiss. It's not like, he's not just saying things because they rhyme. He's giving you, yeah, this fucking imagery in every line. It's 3D poetry that every line drops. Yeah. You can see it. It's for a reason. It's not just because it sounds cool. Nah, it's like, it's real. It's really something there. A lot of these guys are giving you the rhymes just because they rhyme. And that's, to me, I'm like, that's never going to be something for me. But some people will like that. There's people who message and go, oh, have you heard so-and-so? They rap so fast. I don't give a fuck they rap so fast. What the fuck is that? Is that, you're going to go, oh, yeah, got to holler at a girl. Yeah, I fuck really fast, man. Like, I could be done in 10 seconds. Like, I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are we here for? And that's the thing. To me, I'm just like, nah, that ain't even, I don't care if you can rap really fast. Like, Busta Rhymes raps really fast, but it's like, what is he saying?
Saying stuff, right?
Yeah, and every now and then he's saying stuff. Sometimes he's not. He's just rapping fast. But he's fucking Busta Rhymes. He can do what the fuck he wants. But that's the thing, man. Like, it's really pretentious at the end of the day when you're like, yeah, I like lyrical rappers, man. And all the people that like lyrical rappers, the elite, the elitist, they're all boring fucks, man. Like, they're just.
I think that's what's caused it in America. You know how when these people are just doing like tunes, they're just vibing, and they'll say a catchy hook, and then it's repeated and whatever. It's more like a vibe, isn't it? Those kind of tunes. It's just like that vibe.
It's the vibe.
You go through the beat. If you like the beat, and then you like the guy's voice or the lady's voice or whatever, and then they're saying something catchy, you'll vibe to it. Whereas those older guys who are hating on it, not the older guys who are not hating on it, but the ones who are hating on it, they just haven't really understood that. So then they're hating on it. So now these guys are reacting to them and saying, oh, that's rappity rap and all that kind of stuff. And it's
I get it. But I sit in the middle. I sit in the middle because I can do both. I exist in both worlds. And I have existed in both worlds for a long time, even on my little level that I'm on. But even with the vibes, there's levels to the vibes as well. There's levels to the vibe. So there's somebody like a Future who's really all vibe, but at the same time, there's levels to it. Like, if you listen to it, there's stuff underneath it. There's still substance underneath it. And that's what changes it from, from being one thing to being the guys who copy. I was watching this, old XXL 2017 Cypher. So there's like Ugly God, I don't know, some other rappers on there. And they're all like, got my ice, oh yeah, got yeah, yeah, and it's like they're not saying anything here, they're just literally freestyling, blah, blah. And then XXXTentacion comes on, yeah, and he just like turns the music off and just starts spitting some dark verse. Like, it's so cold. Everyone's just like, oh shit, like it's the funniest thing, like, because even before he even starts rapping, you see him in the background. Everyone else is like, well, whilst everyone else is rapping, everyone's like, yeah, yeah. You see my ice, oh yeah, I got the band, oh yeah. It's like, and then he's just in the background, just like, like, man, fuck this shit. He's just like, yeah, I mean, goes over, says cut the beat off, goes down, gets on his knees, and then starts doing this dark fucking verse, man. Like, is it rappity rap?
With me as well, it's like, you know, like when you got rappers, someone can tell me this guy has got the best bars. If I don't like his voice or something, you know, if I don't like the way his voice is, or he chosen some shit beat or whatever, I just can't listen to it. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like that's one of my things, isn't it? Like there's MCs that a lot of people is gonna wank over and stuff, but when I hear them, even there's something in the voice or something in the way they produce their voice, like they sound like they're having some kind of throat problem or like that kind of thing. I just can't listen to it. I'm like, no, I'm not feeling it, and it's for that simple reason.
I think you're like a picky, like a picky artist, like
yeah. But then, like, people will say, like me, like I'll be able to listen to a whole album of like MC Ren, because I think he's got a very nice voice. I think he's got a really good voice. Yeah, like when he raps,
bro, it's 2021. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't care about. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, but I'm talking about like I remember one time we were driving in the car. We must have been Wolverhampton or something, and MC Ren was playing, and the lyrics were just talking about getting his dick sucked and blah 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 blah, all this kind of shit. And you were like, "What the fuck is this?" He just raps about the same shit, and I was like, "Yeah, but I like his voice and the beats. It just gels nicely. Yeah, it's like easy listening. Like me, I like, you know how people got easy listening music. That's easy listening music for me. MC Ren is easy listening music for me. Yeah,
yeah.
This even like Snoop is like, you know, when he's doing his voice and the way he speaks, like on Doggy Style and all that. Yeah, it was like liquid. It was like liquid honey, like on the beat. It was just so nice. Yeah, you could just listen to it. He would be saying some wild, mad shit in the lyrics. Yeah, like some mad swearing and everything. But it just sounded beautiful. So you just listen to it. Yeah, and then that's kind of like. Then, like, you've got these other rappers who might be saying really intelligent stuff or whatever the fuck you might, I don't know. But if their voice doesn't sound nice and it's grating, that's out the window for me. I just can't take it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking stupid.
Nah, not at all. Then that's what I'm saying. And to me, again,
I'd rather just read their lyrics on a piece of paper as poetry. Like, yeah, man, that's it. And not have to hear them do it.
But then again, that's like reading the ingredients and not eating the cake, innit? You're like, yeah, the ingredients are nice, but I ain't fucking eating that shit. But that's how I feel. A lot of.
I'd say to them, your voice is shit. You're good at writing, so just be a writer for someone.
Nah, you can't say that though.
No, I know I can't say that. But if I was like,
not that you can't say that.
Yeah,
it's not that you can't say that. Yeah, it's like there's certain rappers, yeah, that I think are really shit, but people like them, and they're doing better than me. They're doing really, really well. Yeah. So for me, I'm just like, if someone said to me, "Oh, listen, man, I got this new guy called Blueface. Listen to his lyrics," I'll be like, "Nah, man, this guy can't rap." But then it works because he fucking. I mean, people love that shit.
It's like the streets. The streets. Mike Skinner. Like when my friend first played me his thing, this was like 2001 or something.
2001, man. Yeah.
Or 2002.
2000.
Something like that.
The album came out 2001, right?
I can't remember. I remember where I was living. It was 2002. Yeah. So I come back and he played me it. He was like, "Listen to this, yeah." And he was in hysterics, and I was in hysterics. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" We just thought it was a joke, yeah. And then this guy's blown up and everyone loves him. So it shows what I know. I don't know shit.
Exactly. The same thing. I'm the same way. But I think that was a different one. I think when I first heard that, I was just like, this is fuck. Because I was working at Virgin at the time. So that was number one in the charts. So they're playing it over and over again all the time. And I was just like, it's just fucking cold. Has it come to this? Like, to this day. Yeah. Like, that's my fucking album, man. Like, do you know what? When I made...
But the beat was shit.
Beat was cold. Yeah. Like to this day,
with them
I make
B-sides
albums.
and then the B-side was,
What was the B-side?
Jesus need excitement.
If they don't
that one.
provide it, they incite violence. Common sense. Simple common sense. Fucking cold. I'm like, I'm one of the biggest Streets fans ever. Like, that's my shit. I think Terry's gonna join us in, he said 15 minutes.
Cool.
So I'm trying to delay talking about any TV stuff that he might have watched.
Yeah. Did you try and watch The Expanse again?
Nah, man, I can't. There's too much shit to watch. But I tell you what, I did start watching it. I started watching this program on Apple TV because Terry was talking about The Servant, innit, yeah? So I'm up to date with The Servant. And I was like, what else is there to watch on Apple TV? Because it's a bit of a weird one. And I started watching this thing, which is, what the fuck is it? It's produced by Steven Spielberg. And it's called Amazing Stories, yeah? And it's like... It's supposed to be like X-Files for kids.
Oh, okay.
But it's just really shit.
Good.
Nah, man. It's like stories that are almost good.
Remember Erie, Indiana?
Nah, what's that? Old school.
Erie, Indiana was like X-Files for kids, but this was back in the 90s. So it was like we were young as well. I remember it. How old was I? I think I was about 13 or 14 or something when it come out.
I'm trying to say X-Files. You don't need X-Files for kids because kids got X-Files. What are you talking about? Like,
True.
But yeah, I tried to watch it. I've been watching it, but it's not good. It's like almost good. It's kind of like Twilight Zone, but just not as good as Twilight Zone. And Twilight Zone isn't like, I'm talking about the new Twilight Zone. It's not like the greatest thing in the world. Well, yeah, that's what I've been watching, man. We're not talking about WandaVision yet. We'll wait.
I've done a little podcast with Terry the other day as well.
Yeah, what's he saying?
I don't know if you call it a podcast. It was just like I wanted to do it live on Facebook, innit?
Yeah.
We've done it live, and then I've stuck it on my YouTube channel as well. But we're just chatting about all the mad shit. So it's called AC and Terror's Mad Chat.
Yeah.
So what we were talking about last week, we were talking about Trump possibly being the Messiah, aliens.
Wait.
Anything is fucked, isn't it? And Trump being a time traveler. That's what we were talking about.
Terror thinks he's a time traveling Messiah.
Nah, Terror don't.
Oh, okay.
But we were just going through because I found this. Someone sent me a link on Facebook about Trump being a time traveler.
Yeah.
And it had all this evidence like that they found in it.
Yeah.
Because it's a book written by about this kid called Barron Trump.
Right. I seen that a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So we went through that, and then we were asking people to contribute in the chat. You know, any other mad shit, and then we were just talking about it. So I've got a few planned for this week. This week we're gonna go through all the QAnon lunatics who are crying on Facebook and shit and making videos.
These people are mad.
So there's some fucking crazy ones there, man. But yeah, man, we're talking about Queen. Was it a Queen? I can't remember. What the fuck we were talking about. Yeah, it was fun, isn't
it? If Trump was a time traveler,
yeah,
he's just doing a really bad job of like seeing the future, man. Like,
not if he. But they think he might, like, if he did travel, he hasn't traveled in time yet, innit?
No, but that's not how time travel works.
Because in the book,
yeah,
in the book it says about how this guy Trump or Barron, I can't remember who the fuck he was, becomes the president,
right?
And people are going mad about it, and then I think it's called The Last President. There's another book, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about the same whatever.
So he's gonna go back in time in the future.
Now he realizes he's fucked, yeah.
And
his granddad or uncle or something was cool with Nikola Tesla, and he got the technology and that. So he's like, after this election, that's where he's going. The QAnon people think he's going to save the world, but he's actually just going to travel back in time, and then just chill back then and just make more money because he knows what's going to happen. Like Biff in Back to the Future, innit? And you know Biff in Back to the Future Part 2, that was based on Trump, innit?
Yeah, it makes kind of the look and the attitude.
he had the Trump, like the Biff Hotel, you know, his hairstyle, everything, all based on Trump. So Trump must have seen Back to the Future Part 2 and thought, "Fuck, I need to do that."
So he must just go back in time and just be cool, just chill.
Because he knows that he will know that the Wall Street crash is coming, innit? So he'll be able to make billions. Like,
but then wouldn't
the
he?
Thing is, the book's written in 1892 or something.
The book's written when? When is the book written?
1892.
Okay.
1892. So that's way before Wall Street crash. So he'll die before that. So maybe he's playing a long game. He's going back then for his son Baron to then get really rich and shit.
Okay.
And all the power plays.
It still doesn't make sense though, because I feel like if I went back in time, say I went back in time, and met myself, right? This is what I tell myself. I say, right, listen, this basketball shit, I don't know if it's gonna work for you, but still do it anyway. But just go a little bit harder. Like go a little bit harder. Just, you know what I mean? Do that. Stay away from certain girls, stay away from certain guys, and just stay with the basketball thing, But then listen, YouTube is coming, streaming is coming. Get on that shit early, bro. Get on that early. You're gonna be all right. Just get your rap thing sorted, and also go pop from early. Go pop from early. So don't try and be an underground rapper. Your first single, So Hip Hop. Nah, don't do that. Your first single is gonna be called So Pop, and that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna pop from super early. Like I don't care about you think you're street, you think you're this, you're that. No, we're going for the money from
like
early.
Brothers.
Like what?
Big Brothers, remember this is big, bro.
Yeah. Straight from early, bro, and just stay the course. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about nothing. Just stay the course. Get that streaming numbers. Get your streaming up. Get your YouTube up. So when did YouTube start? 2007. So from 2007, you got to find a way to make videos. Go find Joshua and make him make your videos at least one video a month. Like we're doing that for the next 20 years, bro. I would have been sorted, man. I'd have been sorted. But I messed up. I was late on a lot of things, man. Even now, when people are like, yo, jump on this TikTok shit, I'll be like, can't be bothered. Yo, I'll jump on this Discord shit. Go on Twitch.
Yeah.
Get on Reddit. I'm just like, can't be bothered, man. But like,
if it's not for you though, then fuck it, man. Like I can't be like TikTok, If I wanted to be a comedian, I'd go on TikTok.
I do want to be a comedian, but I just can't bother to do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I want to do TV stuff. But I've got I'm not going to mention their name, his or her name, but they're like kind of pop stars. But the stuff that they have to do to kind of exist in that world, doing the TikTok stuff, it is a bit cringy.
Yeah.
But
what do you mean? What they get told? Okay, look.
It's not even they're getting told. It's just they know what all the other pop stars are doing, innit? So you got to move accordingly with how the other pop stars move. You kind of got to put your pride aside when you do that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that shit. I don't.
Do they feel bad about doing it?
I don't think they do. I don't think they do. But at the same time, I feel like if you say to them, would you rather not do that? If there was another way of you, if you could just do music, would you just do music? And I feel like they would just do music.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. I just do music. But at the same time, that's why I get what I get and I have what I have. Because even with there's opportunities in this industry to do lots of other things. But one thing I haven't done, and I probably will never do, is ever do anything that I'm not comfortable doing. Just because there's a bit of money in it. And it's weird though, because I might even do the same thing, but it has to be on my own terms. So I was offered like to do podcasts with other companies and stuff, and I was just like, nah, I ain't doing that shit. But I do my own podcast because it's on my own terms, innit? It's ownership, it's all that kind of stuff. I've had people offering me radio shows. You want to be a radio presenter? And it's just like, nah, man. Like,
is there a salary involved though?
Yeah, like a little bit of money, nothing crazy. But I don't even.
I had that back in the day from
1Xtra
on big radio or whatever. But it was split 4 ways.
Yeah.
So then I'd be getting 50 quid, and it was on
Okay.
Saturday. So I was like, fuck this. I can go out on Saturday and earn fucking 200-300 quid selling CDs.
Okay.
But
So,
if I'd have done it then, maybe I'd have been in a better position now, doing some mad radio show.
We know someone who took that deal at that time. We know two people. So there were two people who were offered a radio show, and both of them took it. Actually, I can say their names. Fuck it. Wretch 32 and Charlie Sloth were both offered the show on 1Xtra. And at the time, I swear it was like for 300 quid. It was £300 a show.
Yeah.
Wretch was just, I think he'd already had an album out or a mixtape out. I think Teacher's Training Day was already out at that time. Okay. So this would have been 2009 times, maybe 2010. So they were talking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They did the show for a little bit. You could probably find in the archives, Wretch 32 and Charlie Sloth both doing the show.
Oh, together?
Yeah, they were on the show
together.
They
were getting 150s each then, innit?
Yeah, splitting the money. Wretch decided, nah, this shit ain't for me. I'm a still do the music thing. Now, Charlie Sloth at the same time was doing the music thing as well. Yeah. Charlie Sloth decided, nah, do you know what? I'm a pattern this thing. Like, when it comes to patterning things here, Charlie Sloth is a fucking genius. It don't matter where you put him, what he's doing, he's gonna make gold out of it. And that's what he did. He ate the fucking the 300 quid or whatever they were giving him, little change. When he left,
see, that's cool.
When he left,
if I was getting the free deal, I'd have done it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but it's not just that. It's not £300 because it's £300 for doing the show. That's cool, but it's taking you off your path. Like, what's your path? I'm a person, and Wretch 32 was a person who was like, nah, my path isn't that, because there's other guys who have done that. So Dot, she did it, and she was a rapper before, went to the radio, killed the radio shit. There's been a few other people that have done that. Dotty, what was her name? A Dot before. Can't remember what her name is now. Dotty, I think.
Who's Dotty? Who's she?
I don't know. Google Dotty, innit? What the fuck? She does BBC.
Okay, I never heard of
her. You ain't got you don't need to know, but the listeners know, innit? Yeah. She's a big presenter. So like, Charlie Sloth was like, yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna go this path, even though it's not my path. I'm gonna switch it up because that's what he's just sick at. And when he left the BBC, he was the highest paid presenter. So he went from that little money they were giving him to being the highest paid presenter, being in a position where, to be fair, he was making too much money for the BBC to even really, you know what I mean? And now he's in a position where he's even better, making even more money than he was at the BBC. Like, he smashed it, man. Yeah. So sometimes you gotta just, it depends what are you for? Like, what are you going for? And Charlie, in my point of view, he's always been a money person. Like, I'm gonna go where the money is. So I think if I go this path, I'm gonna get more money than I'm going this way. And I'm gonna pattern it either way, but I'm always gonna go where the money is, which is why now he's got the different shows. He's got some really good intellectual property. The Fire in the Booth is crazy. Fire in the Park, Fire in the Beach, the Apple Show. He's got the vodka, the AU vodka. Man's killing it, man.
Is that his there? Or is he an ambassador?
I don't know, man.
I
think it's his. I think it's his. But going from getting £300 a show to being a multi-millionaire is sick, man.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. It's like, because I said to them, you know, it's like they were giving 250 a split between 4 ways, and then the agency were going to take their percent as well, so it's split between 5 ways. I was like, I can't do this, man. At the time, I wouldn't have been able to pay my bills, so I had to say no. Do you know what I mean? That's why I always say to people in going into music, if you're going to do music, don't get other things that you need to pay for over your head while you're doing music, because then you got to worry about that shit, and that will stop you doing certain things that could pan out to be better for you in the long term, because you need that money now.
Yeah.
So I would say, just stay at home, live with your fucking mum for as long as you can, pay no rent.
Yeah.
Or if your mum's only making you pay 50 quid a week, then you're cool, innit? Just do that for as long as you can. Then when you blow up, then you can go and get when the money starts coming in good, then you go and buy a yard or move out or buy your mum a yard or whatever the fuck. you know what I mean?
I
There's no need.
I would definitely say, like, so I did this. I haven't even put this video up, but I had the 10 things I would tell my younger self about the music industry. And number 1 on the list was get a job. And I always feel like that's the most important, because people forget how much I feel like I wasted a good 10 years trying to get things for free. Like, I wasted a good 10 years of my career being in the situation. I think you were the first person to be like, nah, pay for it. You got to pay for it. If you want anything, you got to pay for it. And then once I started doing that, things started moving a lot faster, because then you're never in a position where you got to wait for anything. You're never in a position where you're like, oh, can you do this? And they go, yeah, I can do it. I need it for tomorrow. I can do it next week. And then you're like, then you're waiting. When you're paying, you say, bro, check your account. Give me that shit tomorrow. They get that shit tomorrow. You can move forward. But again, you need the money for that. And the time, people forget how much money it cost to do this hobby. It costs a lot of money, especially if you want to do it correctly. And there's levels to it. Like, I would say that I probably pay minimum that I can pay in everything I do. Not because I'm a cheapskate, but because I do a lot of stuff myself, innit? So I'm okay. But if you're thinking about, you need somebody to give you beats, that means you have to pay for beats. You have to pay for engineering. You have to pay for studio time. You got to pay for artwork. You got to pay for videos. You got to pay for editing. Like, you got to pay for, it all adds up to a crazy amount. So if you got a job, it's not a problem. And as soon as I got, like, one of the biggest things that happened is I managed to leverage my talents and my skills into quite a good contract, which then literally paid for everything. And so then you had like another really big switch. So going from, I don't know, the last like 5 years, things just changed. They moved a lot quicker. And probably even in like this year, last year to this year was night and day. So I've done more in this 2 years of my career than I did in the last 10, just because I had way more money to throw at it. And this year, again, way more money to throw at it. This year, YouTube numbers, I've done more in my YouTube numbers in, where are we, the 24th of this month, than I did in the whole year last year. Like, in 24 days, I've done more because I can just pay for more marketing and promotion. It just makes that much of a difference.
That's why I think some people imagine when they diss people for paying for adverts or paying for marketing, and I'm like, yeah, but how are you meant to get yourself out there? And it's like they think they're gonna get noticed just off their talent, and I'm like, no, it don't work like that.
And like, it would be cool if you can, and sometimes it happens, but it's super rare, and you can't name anybody who had a sustained career who blew up just from their talent alone and had no one else coming in and backing them. And a lot of those people who blew up off of nothing came fast and it went fast. You really have to figure out how to gradually build. And I think we spoke about this on the last podcast about the organic reach and the advertising the advertising money, like how to get those two to work together. Like, and they do work together, but you just got to find that threshold and make sure that everything is not fake, because there's a massive difference between paying for views, paying for likes, and paying for marketing and promotion. They're not the same thing. And a lot of people think they are, but they're not. And some people have even managed to, some people have got lucky off the fake stuff and managed to get it to real stuff. Most of you won't be that lucky. So I can only, again, big up Charlie Sloth, man. Like, he managed to get that BBC job because for what he was doing behind the scenes.
Blown up online.
Yeah, that stuff, like, he was, listen, all I can say, fake it till you make it. And then sometimes it's going to work for some people, but I've only ever seen it work for 2 people. And Yeah, man. Mad. Proper.
I mean, the thing is, I know a lot of people who do the blagging thing, the fake it till you make it thing, and then a lot of them have just become a laughing stock behind their own back. Like people be like, "Oh, he just chats shit all the time," man. Yeah. Like, well, they say, "Yeah, he's a good blagger, but I would never employ him to do anything."
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Those people that do that, like you said, only a couple will actually get anywhere. The rest of them will just be a laughing stock.
Yeah.
Because they might be a good blagger, but then when it comes to the crunch and they may deliver, they can't deliver on it. So then they just look like a dick, and then they lost the link. Then that person that they had it with, now this is them to other people when they consider working with them, so they won't work with them, and now they burnt a lot of bridges by faking it.
With this this music masterclass that I'm doing for the young people, the very first week, the very first lesson is the product, and it's the music. And so that's the bit that a lot of people don't really understand as well. The fake it till you make it, because that's all really marketing and promotion is. It's really just putting you in places, putting you in rooms that you couldn't get through yourself, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine. But the problem is, if you think of it as let's think of it this way. You remember like the promo girls used to be out in Leicester Square, and they got the flyers out, right? And they're going, yo, come to this club.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what your marketing and promotion is. So they're coming out going, come to the club. You weren't going to go to the club if they didn't come out and tell you about it. But when you get to the club's got to be banging. Otherwise, it was a waste of time. And that's the whole thing right there. So when you're doing your marketing and promotion, it has to bring them back to something of some substance. So that they see an advert and go, oh, okay, let me see that. That sounds all right. And they check it out and it is all right. And it's like, oh, this is cold. There's certain guys that I found off the YouTube adverts. Their music has popped up and I've been like, oh shit, this is cold. What's this? Then I've gone back and checked their stuff out. So that's how it's supposed to work. It doesn't work when you are telling people, yo, come and check this out. And they come over and there's nothing there because you weren't doing it for that. You were just doing it for to tell them you were there. And it's like, all right, cool, but what are you offering? And the fake stuff doesn't work, because if you're paying for fake views and you're paying for fake likes, all you're doing is you've paid everyone to come to the club. Everyone in the club is paid to get there, but the purpose of the club is to make money. So you didn't make any money. So the whole purpose didn't work anyway. It's all falling out. So it's just, once you really understand what are you doing this for, and there's a lot of people in the game that are still doing it they're doing it for the fame, or they're doing it because they're insecure and they want people to like them and they want to look like they're successful. And that's a kind of in our society. And what?
Remember when people were doing the fake YouTube views and they're getting hundreds of thousands of views,
Yeah.
And then you're looking at the comments, and the comments look pretty suspect.
Mm-hmm.
And then what would happen was, when YouTube finally cracked down on it, those same artists who were getting hundreds of thousands of views, now they're getting like 2,000.
Yeah.
So it just looks stupid. They just look like it made them look really bad.
It's super obvious as well. Even like, I see someone the other day, and they were verified on Twitter, and I think they had like 100,000 or 150,000 followers on Twitter, which is like, that's big numbers. You got 150,000 on Twitter, that's like, you know what I mean? You're superstar status, kind of. You know what I mean? You're big in the game.
Yeah.
And I clicked on their link to their YouTube, to their single that just popped, and I had like 200 views. I was just like, wait, what? So that shit don't even add up. So now I know that shit is fake, because you're not getting the engagement. To, like, those don't even look proper. You know what I mean? And it's like you fake.
It's even like these pop stars, when they first join Facebook and have a Facebook artist page, the label would immediately, when they join, within like 1 minute, they got 100,000 likes. Yeah. Now, if they're a massive pop star, and that they're selling in the millions, that's believable. That word of mouth will get around. Oh, they're on Facebook now, boom, and everyone starts liking it. But if they're not, if they're in a mid-range thing, that's just unbelievable. And then what happened, the same thing was, Facebook started removing fake accounts and fake likes. You just saw like some of these guys, they had like 100,000 likes on their Facebook page. It went down to like 10,000 the next day.
there was a guy that I really liked, yeah, and I always used to be like, how has this guy got so many followers?
Yeah.
And when they did the purge and got rid of his, he had like, I don't know, a couple of 100,000, and when they got rid of all these fake followers, he like 10,000 left or something. I was like, damn, man.
What was that on Twitter?
That was on Twitter, yeah. This was years ago. And then he was like, yeah, I'm leaving, man. He's like, yeah, they fucked me about. Twitter been fucking me about, so I'm off. I was like, yeah, we know why you're off, man.
Shit.
Hey.
You saying, Terry?
Yes, cunts. Can you hear me? Why are you dressed like that, AC?
For you, man. I would have for you, bro.
All right, I'll see you later, yeah?
Say that again?
He's like, I'm not having it, mate. You're going to wear a fucking fedora. You can fuck off, mate. He's like, I've been working all day. Yeah? I'm working all day and I won't come back to this shit. Fuck off, mate. Fuck off.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Yo.
I was going to ask you where you got the hat from, but it's a stupid fucking question. You and your stepdad hat, yeah? You probably pulled it out of a dusty corner.
Nah, I got it from a shop in Bristol, innit? I got this other one, a pimp hat as well.
Oh, I've seen the pimp hat before. You wore it on a cover, innit? I swear it's on the artwork.
I wore this one. I don't know where this one's from.
So,
it just appeared.
It actually doesn't look that bad on you, but that's not the kind of hat that I was talking about.
Oh, so what one was he wearing then? Not a fedora then, a trilby or what? What was it? Because it has the really small.
I can't
the geezer from the Expanse. The geezer from the Expanse, the policeman, the guy who was in Punisher, the first Punisher film, and that.
Yeah, so he was wearing one of those hats that people with Superdry, that wear Superdry wear. Like you know, one of the. It's like a short brim one, like you go to the market.
I've never wear
and
that.
You can get them with like skull spray painting on the side and stuff like that.
I'd never wear that. I don't like
no. That actually
a wide brim, man.
What was I gonna say?
You kind of look like you look like Indiana Jones.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, there you go.
So
what is it? You always say I look like Lou Bega, innit?
Lou Bega, yeah, exactly what you look like.
So are the Carhartt people
Monica in my life?
The Carhartt people and the Superdry people, they're like mortal enemies.
Little bit of vibes with the crabs.
I should do that video. I should do the video in that theme, innit? I should do it with that theme, wear a white suit like Lou Bega.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah,
that's actually not a bad idea at all.
You heard it here first.
You
heard it here first.
Well, on the other hand, that this is my hustle fisherman hat is fucking sick.
I got you, man. I got you.
That was good, isn't it?
Is that the new merch?
Yeah, no, it's not. It is merch, but it's exclusive. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, nice.
Like everyone can't get these. We're doing a lot of small runs in it. So this one's for the heads, literally and figuratively.
Yeah. You got them in triple extra large for my fucking noggin.
For your bods. I'm not gonna. Well, do you know what? It fits me in it, so it should be alright for you, man. Because I've got
that's what everybody always says. They're like, "Oh yeah, but it fits my massive head," and I'm like, "Yeah." It's not saying much, to be honest.
One size fits all.
It is one size.
No, that's not true. When it comes to heads, that's not true in the slightest. I used to have to wear size 8 caps.
Say that again.
So
no one's gonna get that. No one's gonna understand how big an 8 hat is because I used to have dreadlocks.
Hats.
I used to have dreadlocks and I used to wear a fucking like 8 and satin. But like I had a lot of hair.
You know when the oversized cap thing came in and everybody was wearing a cap, so they were literally like hanging off the side of their head. They're like that. I was like, this is the best fucking fitting hat I've ever had.
Was that Homer Simpson?
They only look good on
proper, like hip hop.
You had a round face.
Size 8 hats. Like, this is fucking sick.
He's like,
the oversized hat.
Yeah, but you know the bit in the Simpsons where like Homer gets the clown trousers and he's like these are the best trousers
I've ever fit in my life. So he's like, Oh shit!
Oh shit! A hat that actually fits.
I remember me. I was 7 1/8. I think 7 1/8.
Yeah, I don't know what you get.
Well, I couldn't put like every other hat just sat on the top of my head like a bottle cap.
Like T.I.
Yeah. No, not even like that. It was like a comedy hat up there. Like it was like putting a child's hat on someone. And then when the AIDS came,
Peruvian women.
What's that?
Have you seen them Peruvian women with their little top hats?
Yeah, exactly like that.
I ain't seen them. What's that?
Peruvian women, man. It's like traditional dress. They have like these little bowler hats, that they wear.
Sick. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, Peruvian. They got sauce, man. They be saucy. They be saucy. Terry, how you been, man?
Yeah, good. Tired, man. Fucking knackered. Apart from that, pretty decent. Been a bit of a longest week, to be honest. Wait,
man. Update us on the boiler saga. What's going on with that?
It's all right. Like, knock on wood, is actually all right at the moment. What is going? There's stuff going wrong constantly here, though. Like, house ownership is such a fucking trap, man. What went wrong? Oh, my internet, Virgin. Like, my router's just decides not to work like a couple of times a day. Like in the middle of. That's why I've been at the office for the last 2 days doing online lessons because I just can't rely on the internet here. It'll probably cut off here in a minute. But yeah, that's kind of, the boiler's actually all right, but the internet's going down. I found black mold as well the other day. Like, I'm constantly chasing fucking black mold around the house.
Yeah.
So that's a damp problem in the wall then, yeah?
Yeah, damp problem in the wall for sure.
So where's it? How do you treat that? How do you stop it?
So black mold isn't the worst one. What I need to do is I need to I could do it myself, like, but I need the wall replastering, and I need them to come in and do like that professional, like damp proofing paint, which you can get. It's not like you can do it yourself, but I need the wall replastering. Such a cunt.
I think that's where we
damp proof paint on the outside or the inside.
No, on the outside. I mean, apparently the guy that lived here before me filled up all the holes everywhere, ventilated the place, and blah blah blah, because there was a massive like mold problem underneath the house. This is all fucking so boring.
I'm into it.
We need to learn this shit. I need to learn it.
Yeah.
I got under one of my window sills. Yeah, there's like these damp spots appearing, and I hollered at my builder to come round, but he's been a bit long, innit? He's got other jobs and shit. So
yeah.
You got a basement as well?
No,
not you, Terry.
No. I wish I did. That'd be fucking sick.
Is there a basement though? Like, not that it's converted, but is there like?
There is a basement apparently.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not accessible. Oh, fuck knows what's down there. Because all these old houses like kind of had
Victorian houses,
like kind of basements or crawl spaces or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not part of the house.
Hmm.
Like, I can't access it anywhere. I can't get down there.
Yeah. Do you remember we went to that bed and breakfast in Wales, innit? Bernie's, and he had the basement.
Did he have a basement?
Yeah.
Did we go in the basement?
Yeah, no. He went down into the basement and got us the moonshine, innit?
Then you lot stay up with him. You lot stayed up with him.
Yeah, stayed up with him.
I went to bed.
Yeah, me and Terry stayed up with him till about 3-4 in the morning, man.
That guy was cool as fuck, man.
Yeah, he was.
Safe, innit?
This is, you know what, man? It's so funny, yeah. Like, there's so many things that I miss about touring, and they just kind of come fleetingly, and you remember, you're like, oh shit, like I miss out on like even the stuff that's like really shit. I'm like,
yeah.
Now, like,
because it's adventures, isn't it? Like, even the stuff that's terrible. Like, when you look at it afterwards, it's just pure adventures.
Mm. I always say
like even the simplest things. So even like the simplest things, yeah. Like, one time, I remember I was driving with my sister, and I was flat broke. Yeah, so my car would always run out of petrol. We just run out of petrol all the fucking time. Yeah, we ran out of petrol, and we had to walk like about 1.5 miles to the petrol station. And my sister was pissed. Yeah, she was getting angry at me. I was like, look, you got to think of this as an adventure. It's an adventure, isn't it? We're having an adventure, and then you know, it's just the way you think about shit. Like, me and Terry, we used to break down all the fucking time in my car. We had to go walk to places. You get the petrol can and bring the petrol back and shit.
I don't
It
know. I was
going on
talking
all the
about
time.
more like shitty rooms and stuff like that. I'm not sure about walking down the M1 to go to a petrol station. I'd be pretty pissed off about that as well.
Yeah, well, it wasn't on the M1. It was in London. We were still walking in London streets.
But okay, yeah.
So
Late at night.
the other day, speaking of bad things happening that are funny, so the other day, my mum's birthday, so I had to drop off her present. So I haven't left the house for fucking ages. I'm like, do you know what, man? Let me just get fresh in it, man. So I thought, you know what I mean? Got to bust out the Air Forces, the Air Maxes. So I put on the fresh Air Maxes. And I mean, put on one of my new hoodies, had the new This Is My Hustle hat. I mean, it's feeling good, yeah? So I've gone to my mum's, dropped off her present. As I've gone back to the car, I've realised I've kind of parked it, not in the car park space where the grating is. I've kind of parked it on the grass. But I didn't think nothing of it. Got in the car, gone to drive, and the wheels are just spinning. I'm like, oh, shit. Fuck, it's kind of stuck in the mud a little bit. So put my foot down again, more, it's still spinning. Put my foot down again, it's still spinning. Now I'm like, I think I'm actually stuck. Okay, let me try and reverse out. Try to reverse out. I could not get out of this space, yeah? So now, yeah, there's mud flying everywhere every time I spin the wheels. I've jumped out the car and there's mud all around the car. So I've jumped out, looking, trying to get my wheels out. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And your new Air Max as well?
New Air Maxes, yeah. Muddy as hell. There's these two guys, yeah, like opposite, that are doing the scaffolding in the house opposite where I was. And so they're like, you out there, mate? I'm like, yeah, I think so. I should be all right. I was like, so I'm trying, yeah, and this is getting really embarrassing. Like, I cannot get out of this space. And what I keep doing, yeah, is like, I drive forward a bit, not working, drive reverse a bit, then I'll come out the car and look like I know what I'm doing, like, oh yeah, so get a bit more traction. Yeah, cool, yeah, this one's right. So I'm doing that for like 10 minutes, yeah, nothing's happening. Then one of the guys,
I need to create a Johnson's triangle around this. I'm going backwards and forwards.
Nah, because what you got to do that if you get the isosceles, yeah, then the angle will. This shit, it's just not happening. There's mud going everywhere. Then one of them is like, "Do you want a bit of wood?" Like, kind of, yeah. Get the wood. Then that will help me to get some traction. So I put the wood under. Like, this shit is just not helping at all. So I'm there for 20 minutes, yeah. Like, I'm like covered in mud, yeah. There's mud, like literally, my trainers are covered, all ruined. And then my sister comes out the house and she's like, "You all right?" I'm like, no, I'm like stuck here. And then she's like, she's like, "You're really close. Should I try and push while you're I'm like, okay, you can try, but I don't think it's gonna work. So she tries to push. I put my foot down, not going anywhere. Then the two guys are like, they're like, should we come down and help as well? I'm like, yeah, if you can, please, man. So they've come down. These two fucking angels, these two fucking builders angels have come down, descended from the heavens, and managed to like push me out, man. I was just like, I was so embarrassed. It's like, my trainers are ruined. I scream in the fucking boot. That was gone. I was just like, this is literally the worst day. And I ain't left the house for 2 weeks. It's what happens. But I was like, but this is going to be such a funny story. So fuck it, man. Like,
you left your male pride in the mud that day, man.
It was deep in the mud, man. Because it's one of them things where you're like, when you're a man, yeah, and something like being stuck in the mud, what men always do is they're going to say certain things. They're going to be like, yeah, well, you know what I mean? You got your front wheel, is it front wheel drive, rear wheel? Front wheel, yeah, you ain't got enough traction there, mate. Yeah. And you know in your head, like, what needs to be done. And if I was on the outside, I would be sitting there going, yeah, mate, no, right, turn it all the way, come on. Yeah. And you know, like, that's what they're just thinking, oh, fuck. But in reality,
know that like, if you were walking past, you'd be like walking past and go, do you want a hand there, mate? Oh, yeah, I reckon you're like, when the roles are reversed, you don't ever be that person on the receiving end.
Yeah.
You all right, mate? Do you need a hand?
What you done? You got yourself stuck in the mud? You fucking idiot. Why are you parking in the fucking mud when it's been raining for? You donut. And you got a
I had that one time, I was driving on the fucking M11 and a car just, the wheel just exploded on me, innit? So I managed to pull. I had to pull across when you're in the fast lane, you try to get to the bit. So I pulled over and there was no what's that?
Hard shoulder.
Yeah. So I had to go on the grass, on the verge. And it was really muddy. So the tire's blown up. It's gone on the verge. it's the tire's gone off it. It's just all just the hubcap or whatever, the alloy.
Yeah.
That's dug into the verge now.
Oh.
When the RAC guy got there, that was a nightmare to get it out, man. But they had the planks of wood on them, innit? Especially for that shit.
Yeah.
So he did that, the thing with the lift it up, then put the plank of wood under it, and then had to put a new tire on it, and then all this other shit, and then we finally got it out.
I have seen that plank of wood thing work in the past.
Yeah.
Like when I've been in Canada, the first thing when a car gets stuck anywhere, someone goes and gets like a big plank of wood. And I have seen it work, but I don't understand the dynamics of it at all. Like, what?
So because you've got...
Why doesn't the wood just sink into the fucking mud then as well?
The wood does,
can.
but the wood can, but the tire just needs something to tread on. It just
right. Oh yeah, it needs that traction. Yeah, of course.
That's what gets it. The funniest being stuck in the mud was at Kendall Calling, but you'd already gone. I don't think you were there, Terry. You were in a hotel room. So basically the car stuck in the mud. Yeah, who was it? Someone's trying to. I'm in the car. I'm just in the car.
Yeah.
They're trying to push, and for some reason I can't remember who it was.
Literally, the heaviest guy on site was still in the car. That was fucking.
It was so muddy though. I wasn't getting out. I was just like, nah, fuck that. So one of the guys is taking his top off, and
Dave, yeah. I was talking about this the other day. Like, I had to go and play in Portugal or Spain or whatever it was. Like, and we left Watford and it was sunny, beautiful. Like, we got on a train, hired a car, all the kit went up there. And the closer we got to up north, the more grimy and wet and muddy it got. By the time we got to Kendall Calling, it was like a fucking tsunami. Like it was. Do you remember how cold and wet it was up there? And we were all just in the back eating Kendall mint cake.
Kendall mint cake. I got fucking high.
Just fucking overdosing on Kendall mint cake.
So that's why. What it is.
What's that?
What is Kendall calling like Kendall mint cake sponsor it or something? And they just give all the artists Kendall.
I just think it's a Kendall thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But Kendall mint cake is just pure sugar.
Yeah.
Because it's for climbers, isn't it? To get a bit of like Red Bull energy. And like Dave, the guy that pushed the because I was leaving, I was going to Portugal. Like, so I was staying at a hotel next door.
Fuck you guys.
So, see you later, boys. You can get the car out the mud. Like that. And I was walking out and I turned around and all I saw in the flashlights of the festival and the pissing down rain, Dave, who destroyed about 3 stone of fucking Kendall mint cake, going like that and pulling his shirt off and going and pushing the car out of the fucking mud with Genesis in the fucking car as well. They're heavy.
Get a costume.
What's that?
You didn't even get a car for the
guy. What are we talking about? It's cold, man.
Dave was on it.
Freezing. It was freezing. I've got a video of that night of me in the. I was high off fucking Kendall Calling cake. So I filmed myself and I'm like, yo, if I die tonight, this is what the fuck happens. Like, it was the fucking Kendall mint cake. But yeah, he got covered in mud. Dizzy Rascal came out his dressing room, jumped on his security's back, and he brought him to the stage so he didn't get his trainers dirty. Like, nobody was. It was crazy, man. It was actually crazy.
That was nuts, wasn't it? Like the entire sound, like the security. I think it was Kendall Calling, but the security was standing there with the sound system because the obviously it was so muddy. There was like a flood underneath the stage. And everybody was bouncing around and the sound system was going like that. And this big fucking like proper industrial sound system was just going like that. And the security were holding it. We were fucking stage diving and fucking everything. And and all I could see out the corner of my eye was a super pissed off like Dizzy Rascal waiting to come on stage because we'd run over by about 15 minutes as well. Like it was a mental gig. Like, but the next day, because it was it was summer, like it was August or something like that. So I had a pair of Converse on. I like we were all up in the mud to about there.
Yeah,
and I got back to the hotel, took my Converse off, had a shower, had to put them on the next day. They were battered, like they were like Fred Flintstone, like stone shoes. But because all the mud had dried up. Put them back on, got on the coach to Gatwick or wherever the fuck I was going. Got off at Stansted, went through security. Everybody was like looking at my feet, going like this, because I was completely clean, like in clean clothes, apart from my shoes. Went to Stansted, went straight to JB Sports, bought exactly the same shoes again, took mine off, put them in the bin, and put my new ones on, and got on the plane. It's fucking. It was absolutely mental, man. That was a wicked gig.
Mud, I feel like Mud makes like the best gigs. I think the first time we went to Glastonbury.
The same year I was there, innit? You done the stage, stage. I was doing a Las Vegas stage that year.
Yeah,
and it was mad muddy, innit?
That's
I remember you told me you went and got wellies there, innit?
Yeah, I think I did, man. Because I bought new Air Force Ones, and they got ruined. I threw them in the bin. I think we're staying at whose house we staying at? We're staying at Rising Sun's house, and I think I just threw them in the bin when I got to his. And got some. I think I paid £20 for Wellington boots. Something crazy.
So I remember we were driving down and we saw the report. So we pulled over. You know when you're coming out of London to go on the M4 and that, and there's a B&Q near Hayes or something like that.
Yeah.
Just pulled over there and all bought wellies, man, for like a £5 or something.
Yeah, we got.
Then we got there and we saw people shotting wellies for like 35 quid. I was like, fuck, man, we missed out on a trick here, man.
Yeah, it was nuts.
AC, do you remember when me, you, and Riku went to Glastonbury
for
the evening? Like we got there, parked miles away. I was like, nah, I'm not even taking any other shoes. I'm just wearing my wellies. Like, no, nothing else, right?
Yeah.
We got out, walked along. It wasn't wet. Like it was bone dry. Like it was sandy almost. And like went and played the set, did it. That was a wicked set as well. Like that was a wicked little gig.
Yeah.
And do you remember I had to, like, my feet were so covered in blisters that I had to, like, just stop in the middle of the road. And you and Riku went off and found the car and had to come back and pick me up because I couldn't walk anymore.
Because of the wellies.
Because of the wellies, yeah. Because these cheap shit wellies that I bought from like Shoe Zone or something like that. They were basically just moulded rubber. There was no support on them whatsoever. I was walking like this going, I can't go on, boys. You're going to have to come back and get me. Send help.
But Glastonbury, you see the maddest shit, man. Like that first time I went there, I'd never been Glastonbury before. I heard stories from all my friends who'd gone there and just like had the mad ones in it. I was just like, bro, this is like the world after a nuclear holocaust, man.
Yeah, especially in that Las Vegas as well.
Yeah, fucking crazy, bro. Like, we went there, and all these people are coming up to me and going, have you got any drugs for me? And all asking me for drugs and shit. And then went in this
utter racist, Surrey pricks.
went in this castle, yeah. There was like a castle, and there was these people doing, you know, in Gladiators when they do that thing with the two big things. And inside it was playing like some mad, like crazy techno music or something, and there was this tall like lady, and she was going at it with this. I don't know what if it was like. I think it's just like a really short person, and they were fighting in this thing, and I was just like, what the fuck? And then come out of there, and then there was a bar to chop the plane in half. A bar inside it. That was wicked. I was like, bro, this is literally, you know that film called The Postman with Kevin Costner? It was like that. That's what Glastonbury is, The Postman. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. Like all of that side of the railway, you know, like on like where the pyramid stage and the dance stage and the main stage and all that kind of stuff. That's all fairly. That's like all, I don't know, people in cowboy hats and North Face jackets, and they've got their programs out and they're checking for all their favourite bands, and they're all like they have like a couple of drinks and then retire to their tent at like 10 o'clock or whatever it is. Once you step over that other side of the railway and you're into like Las Vegas and all of that kind of shit over there, that's like Children of the Flies or whatever. That's proper post-apocalyptic, like pure survival tactics.
I think that's the only side I've seen.
Yeah, same here, bro. I've never been.
I've never seen it, but I think it's one of the things like carnival, innit? Like when you grow up going carnival, all you know is like the roadside. You never know. I never went to Notting Hill, and I went to Notting Hill one time, and I was like, oh, Notting Hill can't. Okay. So this is carnival. Yeah. Okay, cool. I was like, I ain't never seen that part. I know Grove. That's all I know. That's when I say carnival. And that's with Glastonbury. All I know is that. I remember when we first got there, Answer was like, I need to go to the toilet. And he went off to one of the porter toilets and he went, I don't need to go to the toilet. He's like, no. He's like, no, I'm not doing it. He's like, I'm not doing it, man.
I told you then, you know the old school toilets, because the porta potties are actually not as bad. Right, there's all the old school ones, like the static ones that they have there.
There's like a trough that used to.
It's a trough. It's nothing but a trough. Like, so it's basically a trough of shit. Yeah, and the holes are mad big as well. So I told you there was a bloke down there, like a bloke fell down there, like he dropped his phone and he went in to get it and he was reaching up to people going, please help me.
Were you there or did you tell me about the guy who was holding his mate so he could have a shit? Over
and he dropped him.
Dropped him in it.
Yeah, man. But that's what I'm saying.
That was in the pond.
Basically, the pond
like
that goes over.
Pond. Yeah.
There's like a little bit.
So, yeah, so it was actually like a friend of a friend of a friend, and we were all like kind of knocking around in a big group, and everybody takes a shit in this pond. Like everybody just stands there and like holds on to whatever and takes a shit. So like he's going, don't fucking drop me, and his mate's going like that. So he's curling one off. So I didn't want to watch a fully grown man curl off a shit into a pond. So like so I kind of turned away and I heard no like that. So I turned back and his mate was dying on the floor laughing just as I saw this guy's hands and legs.
Man. There's too many parts wrong with that story to even get to that level. Like, that's why I couldn't do it, man. They were like, oh, do you want to stay? Do you want to stay? I'm like, no, I'm not staying. I'm never staying at a festival. Like, it's never happening. I'm going, I'm performing, and I'm leaving. That's it. That's as far as we're going, man.
100%.
I seen this woman. We got to the Las Vegas stage here. By the time we got there, it was quite late. And then there was a lady. And all these people were walking on this mad little hill. It was like a really small. They had to go single file, and then a woman just fell, and she just fell down this hill. She was rolling like head over heels, and then she went bam. Her head just hit straight into this fence at the bottom, and all blood started coming out. I was like, what the fuck? So I obviously went over to help her, and then we got I think they had St. John's ambulance come and get her. But I was like, this place is mad. Like, what the fuck is going on here? These people are like forgetting themselves and all just.
Where was that? Where was the one we went to? Was it Secret Garden? Or was it Glade? I think it was Secret Garden. And it was like just mad hippies, man. And we went in, we went, and when they took us in, it was like this meditation tent. Like, and so it's all of us is like trudging through this meditate.
Oh, I can't.
We're just walking through there. And then like literally, Debbie's literally like, I can't see. What the fuck going on here then? Like, just out of the way, mate. Move out the fucking way, you hippie.
Yeah.
Like, just,
when I remember Secret Garden, the first time I went there, that was all happening. There was like a mass, like kind of meditation session, and I walked in like me and who was it? I think I was with Jay. We were playing at the XFM stage, and I was like, what the fuck have I just walked into? What? They're not possibly going to want to hear my music here. Like, what? But one of the best parties I've ever played, like Secret Garden, is fucking banging. They don't.
Where is that again? I think I've done
Cambridgeshire.
It was fucking nuts. I remember just walking. I remember just walking through, and some girl just comes talking to us. I don't know who she's talking to, but literally just tits out. I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? Like, this place is actually just nuts. There was this, it was people walking around in stilts. There was a guy walking around like in some fucking like big ball. Like, there was just mad things. You feel like you're tripping. You're just like, wait, I don't know what's going on here, man. I don't know what. I can't even get my head around all the different things I'm seeing. I just want to go home, man.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I need to get. Mom, come pick me up. I'm like, here.
I need to get back to Watford in 2. I need a fire cap.
Do you remember they had Homelands Festival?
Yeah.
So I ended up being a bouncer there one year.
Fucking hell.
Does that happen? Yeah. Me and my sister, we got a job working for this company that were putting together the VIP tent. So we had to go there before the festival started and set up this special VIP tent. But it wasn't like normal VIP tent. It was people who'd won a competition to be in another VIP tent where they got free booze. There was a DJ and celebrities would also be in there as well. But you had to have a special badge to get in there, yeah? So we come there and then set everything up. And then the bouncer recruited, he ended up taking pills and just started dancing in the tent. Yeah? So then they were like to me, can you do it? So I was the fucking security. I never done security in my life, innit? So I was just standing there, and all these people, all these celebs are coming, and these like they're coming trying to get in, but they don't have the right VIP thing.
So you were turning them away.
Yeah, I turned them away, and they were pissed, bro. They got so angry. Like some of them threatened to come back and burn the place down and all kinds of shit. It was mad.
Who was threatening to do that?
The guy who is Lily Allen's dad, innit?
He's threatening to come back and burn the place. He's such a dick, that bloke.
Yeah, he said he's going to throw a bomb in there.
He's such a belly.
Yeah, that's the key. Yeah. But I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? Because the thing was, these people that won a competition, so all the booze in there, they'd been given a certain amount of booze, right? So that's for the competition winners. It's not for just some geezer to come in and blag it and just drink it all. That's a cunt move, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like Normski was in there, but he was one of the celebs that they got to come in there. So he was in there, and there were certain other people who were there. Yeah, but then these other blaggers tried to come in there. When they were getting free drinks at the normal VIP tents, what the fuck are you coming in here for?
Yeah.
Ian Brown from Stone Roses, he tried to get in, I had to turn him away. Keith Allen, I turned him away. The woman who used to present the Ozone.
All of these people are infinitely more famous than Normski as well.
Yeah, but Normski's cool, man. Look, come on,
Normski's Normski. I love Normski.
And then it was Jane Middlemas. Remember Jane Middlemas?
Yeah.
Ozone? Yeah, I had to turn her away.
This is what AC, man. You fucked up your own career. That's what happened, man. They went back to Martin and was like, nah, that guy, fuck him. Don't let him in the industry, man.
Bro, I don't. Like, in the day, I don't care, bro. You know what? I really like it when I see people who think that they're really important getting taken down a peg or two. It's one,
yeah,
the best thing in the world, yeah. So when like she comes, she was like Channel 4, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, yeah, this is wicked. Bouncers now, isn't it? So,
is that Channel 4?
The smallest amount of power gone to his head.
Yeah. and then like the Keith Allen guy, he come up, he was like, oh, yeah. I was like, who the fuck? I was like, no, bruv, what are you doing? And he was like, what do you mean? He goes, I was like, you got the wrong one. That's for that VIP 10, not this one. And he was like, you fucking what? And he just started going mad, innit? And he was like, I'll fucking burn this place down. I was like, yeah, come on then, fucking come back and you cut it. Yeah, that was funny. That was a funny night. But we, like, the next day, I was fucked. And the people who were running it as well was Mean Fiddler. So I met the big geezer from Mean Fiddler, right? So he seemed cool the whole time. And then me and my sister, like, it was the next day and we're so tired, innit? And he was going back to London. So I said, can we jump in your car and get a lift? He was like, no, I don't think so. And then he just fucking just drove off from and just left us there, innit?
He probably one of Keith Allen's best mates.
Maybe, innit? Maybe.
Keith said you're a cunt. You were very horrible to my mate Keith. Getting back from festivals was one of the worst journeys I ever had in my life. Was getting back from Glastonbury one time. Yeah. Probably the last time I went, actually. Terry, you were there. And I had to leave early for some reason. I probably had work or something. And it took me 8 hours to get home. And by the end of it, I actually thought I was on like some hidden TV show.
Yeah.
Because like, so every time I would get on the train, it'd be like, this train is only going 2 stops. This one isn't working anymore. I had these guys start a fight in front of me, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, they were like doing MMA moves. I was just like, no, this isn't right, man. This is just really weird. And then like every time I get on a train, it'd be like, yep, this train is stopping, next stop. You have to get off, get on another one. Then I got to Wembley and I got on a bus, and then I was like, cool, this bus will at least take me to Harrow so I can then get that train to Watford.
Yeah.
A whole bunch, like this gang of kids just all jumped on the bus, and they were like, just rushed the bus in it. And the bus driver's like, all right, we are not leaving until you all get off. I was like, no, and this is like 6 hours or maybe 7 hours into the journey by this time. And I was just like, at first I had my head down and I was just like, this isn't real, man. Then I was like, I think this is a setup, man. Like, there's no way this is real. And then I just lost it. I was like, you lot, get off the fucking bus, man. Get off the bus now. I've been waiting for it. And they were like, sorry, man, sorry. And all jumped up. I was just like, nah, man. Like, I would have been like, whatever. But I literally just lost it. I was just like,
yeah.
It cannot be real. But yeah, man. Festival.
Mate, that journey back from Glastonbury, because going there, you've got all the anticipation, and it don't like you. It's kind of cool because it comes into it, like kind of turns into an adventure.
I think I got lifted as well, to be fair.
Yeah, but the going back journey, like I can't. You know Scotty, don't you? You know my mate Scotty. Yeah, he emceed for Atomic Hooligan as well for a little while. Man, that guy, like the more tired he gets, the more voices he does, and the more hype he gets. Like it. So me, Inch, and Scotty and Alice, like his girlfriend, were all. I think Alice went early, and it was just me and Scotty on the way home in his van. Man, I've never experienced anything like it. 6 hours stuck outside, like we were outside, just outside Glastonbury in a car in a traffic jam for 6 hours. Like he's going, did every single time, like fucking. The more tired he gets, the worse he gets. Like he did Anchorman 3 times, all the voices, but then tried to do it in Spanish afterwards as well. He doesn't speak Spanish. Like played me every single one of the Jazzmatazz albums and rapped along every single word. I'm sitting in the corner going, please, for fuck's sake, make it stop. Like,
you could just drop off. You couldn't just fall asleep.
I couldn't. Well, imagine going to sleep with a 6'2", 300-pound hairy baby sitting next to you. Like, should we get some sandwiches? Oh, we can't get sandwiches anywhere. We're in a traffic jam. Here's my Scottish accent. Like I ended up like I was weak as shit at the time because I was so tired as well. I ended up like just trying to give him a dead arm to give him something else to think about. Like I was sitting there going, pounding the fuck out of his arm. And he's like, I can't feel it. I've got Glastonbury energy and blah 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 blah. But like that so we were coming back. Like I managed to like soldier through that. And I let like it was in the time when LRG was the absolute lick as well. And I used to get all these banging LRG jackets. So I had this really nice like camo LRG jacket. And it was like a tracksuit top that was kind of like a fatigue jacket as well at the same time. It was so banging, man. And I wore it constantly and I left it in his van. But then I phoned him the next day and he's like, oh no, I haven't seen it. And I'm like, oh fuck, I must have left it at Glastonbury. It's my favourite thing, man. Like, and every time I saw him afterwards, which was quite often, I'm like, are you sure you checked your entire van? And he's like, yeah, no, I haven't got it. But going all coy about it as well. Literally last year, I saw a picture of him wearing it on.
No, man.
I saw a picture of him wearing it. So I instantly phoned him up and he's like, yeah, I've had it the entire time.
No.
Like that. And then the cheeky fucking cunt sent me pictures, like his wife sent me pictures of her wearing it around the dog, around the cat and stuff like that. Like,
I want my jacket and I want interest. I want a new jacket.
Yeah, I want something Carhartt.
Carhartt jacket. I want a Carhartt jacket. Crazy, man.
But that's like when we come back from Glastonbury that time, and we had to pull over and I had to pull over and sleep.
Yeah, man. Do you remember Riku got a bit pissed off about that?
I was like, either you let me sleep or you die. Yeah, it's either that or you die.
Do you want to get back an hour earlier or do you want to die?
Yeah. I remember like, when I was with Terry, we were coming back from somewhere far, and I was like, bruv, I'm falling asleep, man. I need to pull over. And he's like, no, don't pull over. Just keep going. I was like, bro, I'm going to crash. I'm going to fall asleep. We'll die. He goes, we'll just die then, man. Don't worry about it. We'll just die.
We'll just die.
I was like, fuck that shit. I pulled over. But when we pulled over, we were at Milton Keynes, like near Milton Keynes. And I pulled over there. Because literally, I was thinking I'd be able to make it, but I couldn't. I just couldn't do it, man. And I was so tired. I was like, nah. Pulled over at Milton Keynes. And where we parked was right in front of a wall. Yeah? So I fell asleep. The next thing I know, Terry's like, because he was asleep anyway. Next thing I know, he's like, what the fuck am I going on? And I woke up, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? He was like, oh, I thought we were going to crash. He woke up and just saw the wall. We're driving into the wall.
I don't know what you screaming for, bruv. You wanted to die, innit? What you fucking screaming for?
Yeah.
Got your fucking wish. The fuck, man.
I'll tell you what, when you dropped me and Rico off at the studio that time, like at my old one in Ladbroke Grove,
Yeah.
I've never had a sleep like it. That was so nice, man. Like, we still had hours until Riku had to get to the airport, man. Like, it was still like 4 hours before he had to get back to the airport. I pulled up into the office, got my reclining seat out, opened the window because it was midsummer and it was pretty hot. Had the breeze coming in, put a bit of RJD2 on the stereo and just fucking fell asleep, man. That's a legendary sleep because we didn't sleep all night. Like, we did the set and then literally came out, went to Little Chef. You had a little sleep in the car while I was just outside on the phone or whatever. But when we got back there, man, that's still a sleep. When I want to have a nice sleep, I think about that sleep. Just like the little noises of like birds and ducks and stuff in the background, the breeze coming on, taking my shoes off. Like, oh man, it was fucking wicked. That's a legendary sleep.
Do you remember that other festival that used to happen called Essentials Festival?
I played at that a couple of times. The one on Hackney Marshes, wasn't it?
Yeah, it went into one year it was in Brighton, and then next year the first year was Hackney Marshes, and next year was in Brighton. I can't remember which one.
I think they did one in Brighton and in London, and then the a couple of years because they used to have wicked hip hop lineup for that. Before I was like a professional DJ, I used to go down to that, and I remember seeing like Cool Keith, Brand Nubian. I'm fairly sure MF Doom was one of them as well. But I remember playing at that. That was fucking mental festival.
Because at the one in Brighton, so I went there, and at the time I remember I had really long hair in it, so it was like really long curly hair, right? So I've gone there. My sister was come as well with her mate, and I had my other friend Hannah. She was with me. Yeah, my sister and her mate disappeared. Then I was supposed to get a lift back with them. They fucked off and just left me, innit? So by the end of it, luckily, I met some friends from school who are now going uni in Brighton. So me and this guy...
Was it Lil Dolph?
No. That, he was in another like that. These were cool people, innit? So then we've gone to this girl's house, yeah? And they're all staying up. I've got to go to work the next morning at Royal British Legion, innit? So I'm like, I need to get a cab to come and get me from her yard, yeah?
Terry's gone.
Come and get me from her yard at 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning to get a train that will get me back so I can do my shift at Royal British Legion, innit? So...
What are you doing at the Royal British Legion?
I'm a barman, innit? I'm a barman, man. That's the best bar job I ever had. But they let me sit down on a stool behind the bar. I could read a book. The old men, when they come in, they always had the same thing. They all had exact change. Yeah, I just knew what to do. I see the guy, okay, I'm pouring this beer for him, put that there, and he just give me exact change. Bro, that was the best bar job.
That where you are right now?
Huh?
Yeah, it looks like you're in the back room of the Royal British Legion.
No, so then, yeah. So all of the...
You're in the fucking barrel room still.
So all of her mates, yeah, they stayed up talking, right? It's about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I'm like, oh, fuck, man, I ain't going to get no fucking sleep, yeah? Then they've gone to bed finally. Then the girl Hannah's on the other sofa. I'm on this sofa, but they had a little kitten. So this kitten, because I got long hair, it's all in my hair, yeah? It just keeps playing with my fucking hair. I'm like, fuck's sake, man. So in the end, I just threw the kitten on Hannah, innit? Because she had a big afro. So I'm like, right, she can take it. She's like, Alex, did you throw the kitten on me? I'm like, nah, he just jumped on you, innit? He just jumped on you. So then he's like playing with her hair. I'm like, cool, I can sleep now. So now I've got up. I've gone all the way, like, when I got to, like Farringdon, innit, for the Brighton thing.
Yeah.
Bro, I must have been a state because I fell asleep on the train. When I woke up, I'm like there, and all the spit is just drool is just coming out of my mouth all over me. And there's people all around like, looking at me, all these businessmen in Russia having shit. Then I've got to the Royal British Legion, and that was, oh God, that was a horrible shift, man. You know when you just haven't had enough sleep in it, you just feel terrible, man. Fuck.
I'm sure it was a legendary. I'm sure it was a legendary shift. But let's speaking of legendary shifts, let's shift to One Division, man. Like
no, wait, you ain't had the best bit of the story, bro.
It's got a legendary.
God, AC. God, what's the best bit?
So then, yeah, right, the girl Hannah, she hadn't come back with me, so I've rung her to see, are you coming back? She's like, no, I'm staying at your mates. I'm like, you don't even know them, yeah? So yeah, it's cool. I'm staying there. They called me, innit? I'm staying with them, yeah? She stayed with them for about 3-4 days, yeah? Then she left them, right? And so I rang them and said, she come back to London? It was like, no, she left, innit? She's gone, but I don't know where she gone. Then, about 2 weeks later, she calls me and says, yeah, I went and slept on Brighton Beach, and then I met this man, Now I'm going out with him and I've moved in with him. She spent the whole summer in Brighton just with this geezer and then came back to uni at the end. Fucking hell, man. You're mad, yeah? Slept on the beach, man. It's mad.
To be fair, though, that's the Brighton thing, though, isn't it? That's the Brighton energy.
That's the Brighton dream, innit?
It doesn't even really, like, surprise me in Brighton. That's just the way shit goes in Brighton. Like,
it's a bit...
I'll tell you who's the best person at driving long distances that I met after a long night is TJ.
TJ.
Yeah. He was the best. Yeah, like one time we went Hull.
I don't want to hear about like yo, let's switch, man. We could do this all day, but I just feel like this is for the listeners. They don't want to hear about our random friends TJ driving up and down the front. At one time, we were on the M5. No, it wasn't M5. It was the M6. Was it the M6 or was it the M4? No, it must have been the M11 because we were coming from East.
My mate John can make a 7-hour drive feel like a 20-minute drive.
Fuck.
Bro, we got in a fight with the NF that time. That was a mad one, bro.
All right, cool.
In Hull. We didn't
one division. What we saying? What we saying? What we saying?
Yeah, it's all right. I think it's all right.
Episode 3.
Yeah, it's cool.
Love it.
So that woman who got ejected by Wanda, is she like a SHIELD operative or something?
No, she's what's her name? What's her name? She's basically Captain Marvel. She's the next iteration of Captain Marvel. She's the daughter. You know, you seen Captain Marvel?
Yeah, the pilot's daughter.
So you know the daughter in Captain Marvel of her like kind of ex-flight.
The little girl.
Yeah, that's her little girl.
See that woman who plays her? Yeah, I met her in Harrow years ago selling CDs.
Well, she was selling CDs.
What, the mum?
No, I was selling CDs.
I thought she had a
mixtape.
No, I had a mixtape.
So the mum from
yeah, and I got her number.
Yeah, she's English, isn't she?
Yeah, I got her number, but then I remember ringing her up and asked her. She was like 18 or something, and I was in my 20s. I was like, she's a bit too young for me. Now look at her, she's blown up, bro. And I'm fucked.
You messed up. You're in the British Legion. You're in the British Legion, pouring fucking pints for old friends. And she's like, you know what I mean, collecting Oscars and shit.
Yeah, get me.
I watched Servant. I'm up to date with The Servant.
It's wicked.
It's good, man.
You think like it's an acquired taste? What you think? What are you feeling about it?
I just think how the direction is sublime. Like the way every single shot is sick. They do little things like the way like telling stories without showing you too much.
Yeah.
It's an art.
How do you want to talk about this? How do you think this is more interesting than my adventure fighting Nazis? Yeah, and
Because you have an adventure fighting Nazis every single week.
We got to space that shit out. To be fair, we got to space that shit out. We got 10 minutes left.
Nazis in a fucking
Indiana Jones hat.
Indiana Jones hat.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes left, so I want to talk about like what we've been watching, and because that's what I'm saying. Last week, Terry was talking about The Servant. Then I started watching it, and I was like, "Yo, this shit is cold, man." So it's a good way to.
Are you feeling it?
I think it's wicked, man.
Yeah. See, I, you know, when you absorb something in like when you binge watch something, and it just completely like kind of absorbs you, and then you get to like the last episode and you're like, fuck, I can't wait for it to be back on again. I got to this week and the anticipation was too much, and it just felt like, because admittedly this week's episode wasn't as suspenseful until the end. Like when I'm not going to go into any spoilers, but when she was like kind of deprogramming him, and I was like, oh, this is wicked. But I need to go back and watch it again, because you know when you just don't absorb something properly because you're so looking forward to it. Because Friday nights are fucked, man. Like Friday nights are always the night when something really, really good's on TV, and there's usually multiple things, and you're looking forward to seeing both. You don't know what to watch first. Like WandaVision and The Servant are both on like kind of Friday nights now, and I'm like, and they're two completely different things, so I'm going to have to space them out.
I still treat WandaVision like it's a Saturday or Sunday program, so I treat it like it's Mandalorian. I'm like, you can take that spot. So I normally wait till like Saturday or Sunday to watch that. Speaking of rubbish Wi-Fi, man, Apple TV, like I have to turn off the 4K, watching it in 4K because it just keeps buffering. It won't for some reason it just won't work properly.
How much is Apple TV a month?
I think it's
free at the moment.
Free?
I got it for free because I've got like a little.
Yeah.
How do you get it free?
Nah,
because I've got the Apple TV box.
Oh, mine was free for a week or something, but then it's like $4.99. So
it's anybody who's got the box or buys like I think it's maybe an Apple device. I don't know, but I've got like it's just like a little box like that plugs into your TV, and it kind of treats your TV like an iPhone, and you can, and it's like networking and fucking. It has all the apps on it. Look, it's wicked.
What you got? You got Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, this fucking Apple TV. You got Now TV. You lot are blowing loads of money on TV.
Yeah. Fuck all else to do at the moment. Look. So it's like it puts all the apps on your TV like an iPad or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
My TV.
So it's kind of cool. I don't watch anything else, but it's got I've got all my podcasts on there. We should be on there actually. It's going to be fucking slow now, isn't it? Just because I'm showing it off. Where's our podcast? Hold on. Where are you, cunt?
There. No, that says you. That says you, Terry Hooligan.
Oh, it's not on there. It should be on there. Might have to do an update. What's that one? Oh no, the Combat Jack Show. What's that one? How you doing, mate? Podcast. There it is. No artwork though.
Wow.
They disrespecting our artwork game.
No, there it is. Look.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so fucking hell, boys. Look at that. That's us. Look, let's listen to an episode.
Listen to an episode on an episode. Okay.
Hold on. This is some real baller shit.
Say it's not fair because it isn't fair, but nobody gives a fuck. So you need to go and find a way to make some money any way you can.
There we go.
Genesis, calm the fuck down, bro. You was on one. There. The fuck is
bro, that should be your next album called Genesis Thatcher.
Genesis what?
Genesis Thatcher.
Genesis Thatcher.
He's such a dickhead.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, that'll be good, man. That'll be good. And then you get like sound bites, like samples of Margaret Thatcher. Like I did one called Anti-Social Network Mix, yeah. So I got loads of samples from that film Network, innit?
Yeah, but it's a bit different to make an album called Genesis Thatcher and using all sound bites and fucking Margaret Thatcher. Yeah, I've hated women in the fucking history of the country.
Yeah, it'll be good, man. Because at the moment, there's a whole genre in it, conservative rap. There's a whole new genre, man. C-rap.
That's cunt rap.
Crap. No, it's just the short for it is crap. Yeah. That's it's conservative rap, and there's like quite a few artists now in the genre. Obviously there's the guy,
Fuck, I don't want to hear come on, what's really funny? I'm not even talking about that guy. But did this happen in the group chat when Dave was just like, his music is so shit. Like, it's the shittest shit I've ever heard. Like, his music is absolute garbage. Like, how is his music so bad, shit?
Like, but music's subjective, though, isn't it? It's subjective.
It's not bad is bad. Like, shit is shit. Like,
what about all the people who really love it then?
I don't think they exist. You know they don't exist because you was at his fucking show.
I looked at the comments on the video, right? And there's I don't know, whatever track it was. Fuck knows what the track was. But it was some rubbish, like, kind of half-produced, trappish kind of beat. And he's rapping over the top of it. And literally every single one of the people underneath is probably someone that he's on Twitter with. And he's like, oh, yeah, you do rap as well. I love the fact that you mentioned Jordan Peterson. Oh, he's the Jordan Peterson of the rap. Jordan Peterson. Like, and everybody had just picked out that one lyric about him.
That's his fan base.
Jordan Peterson.
That's his fan base now, though, isn't it? He's blown up with them kind of people, so that's his cool. lane.
Right, yeah. You know what? Fuck. I want to talk about this cunt. Fuck this cunt. We're not wasting the last fucking 5 minutes. Fucking wanker.
Oh shit.
Yeah, some bullshit. So did you hear the Pharoahe Monch album?
No, I literally found out about it today. Like 10 minutes before I got in the house.
Next week we'll talk about that. I ain't listened to it before, so I want to check that out. But it's kind of sick.
I tell you what, anybody like a recommendation from me. is, do you know the One Ep podcast? So like Cypher Sounds and Peter Rosenberg.
Yeah.
They've been like kind of off the air for ages, but they've just come back with a new version of the podcast called One Ep is Dead, basically.
Okay.
But they did a 2-episode dedication to Doom. It's so good, man. Like, it's so fucking amazing. They got Curious George, Pete Nice, Dante Ross, like everybody who was involved with like kind of, and they got I think it's Big Ben, who was MF Doom's like bodyguard and manager and stuff like that, and he's on there talking, man. And he'd never given an interview anywhere else. It's fucking amazing.
Sick.
Do you I remember that Pharoah Monch song, off one of his. There was one song I liked of his where he had some. I think it was a female rapper, or she was a singer, and they're like rapping about having sex. And it was a good song. Remember that one?
Nah.
They're both like going back to back one-liners about how they're about to have an orgasm and shit.
See,
remember that one?
I don't know that one.
It kind of it rings a bell.
But I find it.
Tell you what, the most slept on Pharoah Monch tune is 3 Assassins with him, Royce the 5'9", and what? Jean Grey, she's called. Like Jean Grey, she's called nowadays. Those 3, I think it's on the beginning of his War album. That is an insane track.
You see Jean Grey?
Yeah.
Jean Grey, yeah. She Miss Marvel as well, or not?
Who?
On Jeru the Damage's album, Heroes for Hire, when he dissed Gangstar and Guru and that,
Oh, I never listened to that album.
That album's sick, bro. Check that album out. Yeah, it's sick. But he had a woman on there, rapper, called Miss Marvel. And her voice sounds similar to Jean Grey. So I thought, as Jean Grey, was that her originally? I don't know.
Her first name was What. She was in she's in a group, not Natural Elements. I can't remember the name of the group she was in, but they did that tune Negro League, which was fucking amazing. She was called What beforehand, and then she turned into Jean Grey.
Okay. I actually met Jeru the Damager at a Central Festival.
He's safe, isn't he?
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, I've met him. Like he used to knock around London all the time.
I swear he lives in does he live?
Yeah, he lives in Berlin.
Okay, makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's lived in Berlin for years, but I've just seen him on like Oxford Street and like at a couple of gigs and stuff like that. And I've always said hello to him, and he's always been safe. Like,
yeah. I went to one show he did at the Scala as well. That was sick. Years ago, man.
He played what was that? That indoor one-day festival at Brixton Academy, like last January. There was shitloads of people there. There was like the chip shop had a room there, and they had Jeru the Damager there, and they had like Raekwon. Who else was it? There was shitloads of people there. But Jeru the Damager played like the kind of reception area at Brixton Academy, and there was about, I don't know, probably like 300 people just crammed in there. You fucking rocked the shit out of it, man. Like he's a good performer, man.
Yeah,
he's one of the artists that I look at kind of career-wise, and I'm like, yeah, that's how you want to go out. You want to do like be in the public eye, then you want to become a touring artist, and you just that's what he does, just non-stop tours. When I was trying to get my European shows, he was one of the artists that I looked at. Wherever he went, I was like, I want to go there.
I mean, he's like obviously before COVID or whatever, but there's artists like that are fucking like making a mint out of it, like being massive up there, like in the mainstream, like and being that hip hop artist, but then not at all disappearing into like kind of obscurity or anything like that. They're just not in the public eye in that hip hop world anymore. Yeah. But there's Onyx, there's Jeru the Damager, there's Lords of the Underground, Das Effects. All of these guys are just touring constantly.
Are they making
fucking Das Effects, man? Like they're just on the road all the time. They might put out like a new album to sell at the shows and stuff like that, but they literally, like, if you go and see Jeru the Damager, you want to hear Come Clean, and you want to hear like Prophet and like You Played Yourself and stuff like that, and then a few other tunes in between.
Master Ace as well.
Master Ace is a great example of it. Yeah.
Why did Jeru the Damager fall out with Gangstar then? Was it on that last track? It's like he doesn't say he's dissing and blatant, but he just says like loads of references to their song titles and
yeah.
like, in the last tune on that album.
So it's never
Guru, innit?
It's never really been like kind of put out into the open, but I heard one of them. I can't remember if it was Premier saying it about Giroud or Giroud saying it about Premier, but one of them got involved with the other one's sister, like romantically involved, and then apparently it all just kind of went wrong from there.
Oh fuck!
But they're like Giroud is like part of the Gang Starr Foundation again. Like he's like they're all cool again. Like
oh, that's good.
Yeah. Like I'm fairly sure they were all on the last Gang Starr album.
Yeah. So I remember in the 90s when a lot of rappers used to beef, Farrakhan would be like a mediator, innit?
Yeah. He'd get in the middle of it.
Say stop beefing and that. Like he's
got he still does that now, man.
He still does that, yeah. Because he got Cam to stop beefing with Ice Cube, innit? Because they were obviously cousins and they started beefing. And do you remember when Ice Cube was beefing with Cypress Hill?
Yeah.
Cam's mate Solo, who's also, I think he was saying Ice Cube and him there, Ice Cube ripped him off or something. He knocked Ice Cube out and took his West Side Connection chain. And then they went and he gave it to B Real, and B Real was holding it up at the show and everything.
Yeah.
It's all a bit mad, isn't it? And then in the end, Farrakhan came in and told them to like.
But they even got Coolio involved in that. Like literally everybody sided with like kind of Cypress Hill and Cam and all them. Like it was only Mac 10.
Mac 10 and Ice Cube. Yeah, even WC.
Yeah, WC wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah, because he was like, I'm cool with everyone.
You know, Mac 10, this is like super old school now, but like Mac 10 and Ice Cube are not friends anymore apparently either. They've been beefing for years.
B Real had Mac 10 in his car. You know, he does those smoke out sessions in the car and he like interviews people on B Real TV.
Yeah.
And they're cool now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Mac 10 and Ice Cube had fallen out.
Yeah, they're not. It was Vlad TV. I've stopped watching Vlad TV now, but like I saw Vlad TV, I don't know, about a year or so ago, and like they were interviewing Mac 10, and Mac 10 was like, "Yeah, no, we've been beefing for years."
Wow. What, over a money situation?
I don't know. I have no idea. I can't remember what they were saying. He didn't really give away the like the kind of juice on it, but yeah, they don't talk anymore.
Mad, isn't it, man? Mad.
And on that bombshell.
So on that note, any parting words for the people before we get the fuck out of here?
There's a good channel actually. If you wanna, I'm gonna shout out this guy's channel on YouTube. He gives the lowdown on all the rap people falling out. It's called Carsagino for Life or something like that.
Oh, is that the guy with where he's talking and he's explaining the situation, and then he just stops talking for about 30 seconds?
I don't know.
And it starts again. It's so annoying,
I don't remember that one.
It's like
I think
dead air.
he's done it so like he's heard that the longer the video, the more engagement, the more money you get. So he's like,
oh, yeah.
And there was that time, the Far Side. Fell out with like, and it's like, oh, just tell the story, man. Just tell the story.
Oh shit, that's a good idea, isn't it?
He should put EastEnders drums after every word. That time, the Far Side. Dun, 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 dun. Play the whole theme tune to the end, then come back in.
Have you seen that guy on YouTube that does like the kind of creepy videos and the creepy like pictures? And he'll show like the top 10 creepiest like black and white photos of all time. And he talks like this. And there was and this next picture from San Jose is, and I really want to see the videos, but I can't listen to this guy talk. Like it fries me. It makes me more anxious than the actual stuff that he's showing.
Shit. Well, yeah, man. This week I've got again another single dropping, so we're gonna get to
it. Which one?
It's called Blimey, featuring Harry Shotter.
Oh, sick!
Produced 100% by Shapes. Is a fucking banger. When Shapes isn't held back by Pastor Dutchy, Shapes is the craziest producer out there. So yeah, this one is a fucking banger.
Just Pastor Dutchy get him in a headlock.
Tall, isn't he? He's tall. He's quite tall, isn't he?
Who, Shapes?
Yeah.
I've never met Shapes in real life. I think he's quite
where
tall.
I met him in Amsterdam doing a rave out there, and I swear he's quite tall.
Me and Shapes talk literally every day,
yeah,
and have conversations, and he's like, you know what I mean? we're best buds and shit, but I've never met him in real life.
Ask him if he done innovation in the dam, innit?
Probably he's done everything, man. He's done
Ask him.
it all.
I swear I met him there last year. Mate.
Oh, did he come through Harry Shotter then?
No. He was out there. He was out there playing in another room.
Okay.
Drum and bass room, and then another room.
Do you know how I met him as well? I just said I wanna do a grime. I want to do a grime album, and he was like, "Let me do a track," and I was like, "Sick." And then
that's how friendship starting.
Yeah, that's it. It's like
sick. Okay, cool. Any more complicated than that.
But yeah, that's what it's gonna be, man. All right, guys, have a good week. I'm gonna get some fucking sleep. I'm tired as hell. I've got a mad headache.
I thought you were a bit quiet tonight.
Yeah, man. I'm getting old, man.
Join the club, man. 2 fucking whatever it was, like 12-hour days, man. I'm fucking destroyed. I used to be able to murk them out, no problem. Like 43 years old, I feel like I'm about fucking 60, man. It doesn't help walking up and down it. It's like an Olympic event walking up and down that fucking hill out here when it's snowing.
That hill is nuts as well.
Oh, yeah,
man.
the snow as well, bro. Be careful on the ice, innit?
Yeah,
Hey, I got bad ankles. When I was walking down, like, kind of, they've shut off, or in Wembley, they've shut off, like, all fucking the Bobby Moore overpass and all that kind of stuff. So you got to walk up and down. It's a fucking death trap, man. So you got to walk up and down these icy stairs. I'm standing there going like this, fuck. And there's, like, kids running up and down next to me and stuff like that. It's bad news, man. I got fucking, like, all my ligaments replaced in my ankles, didn't I? So, like, I really don't want them to go again.
Breaking shit ain't no joke, especially when you get to our age, mate. It's not a quick break and you're back in a couple of weeks. It's a literal. I know people that broke some shit, and my mum's neighbor must have fell down in the snow or the ice one time, and she was literally using the crutches and a walking stick for like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that. Like,
mate, I did my knee the other week when it was raining. I didn't even properly fall over. Like I jerked my knee. Like and I kind of went forward like that, and I fell over. I went on my hands, but I didn't like go flat out on my face or anything like that. My fucking water bottle flew out of my backpack like a missile, like a Scud missile, and went into the middle of Hitchin Road. So I had to go and get that.
Like the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And all the builders over there were watching me do it as well. It's another one of those like,
oh shit.
But like,
builders ain't the same anymore, man. Builders ain't the same anymore. They normally would laugh at you. You can't. Now, like,
That'd be all right with that. That'd be absolutely.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Laugh at me when I'm stuck in the mud, man. Don't offer help. Like, ridicule me.
Yeah. Do what I do to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, your knee.
So, like, I fucking twisted my knee, and I was like, oh, walk that off like that. And I carried, went to work. I was, like, twinging a little bit. It wasn't the other week. It was, like, 2 months ago. It still fucking hurts now.
Yeah.
It still hurts now.
Yeah. I fucked money up years ago, and it's still fucking hurting. Literally, like 10 years, it still hurts.
It's fucking getting old, man. It's rubbish.
That's what it is. Yeah, anyway.
Look at Louis Vega down there shaking his head at us.
What do you mean? I swear I'm older than both of you.
No, you're definitely older than me.
You're not older than me either. You're older than me. By like a month or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Fuck all that, man. But yeah,
a little bit of Lydia.
You listened to the second verse of that yet?
I haven't actually. No, I totally forgot. I was going to.
I have only because it's literally the first song that gets played. So every time I played this week when I was playing my single, the second track that comes on after I play it is your track. So
sick.
And I was like, it's a long fucking track, bruv. Your track is double the length of most of my songs. It's like 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I caught a little line that you said, like, Jen, when I was listening back to the podcast, when I was saying about my neighbours wondering why I'm shouting chlamydia. You said, what's her name? What's it rhyme with? I was dying. I didn't catch that afterwards. I was fucking cracking up listening to it on the train.
Shit. Yeah, I need a female rapper to come on that as well and do a verse.
Do the other 4 minutes. Make it an EP.
Yeah, make it an 8-minute track.
Fuck. All right, cool, man. Guys, have a good week.
What's that Ras Cash tune, Nature the Threat? That's like 8 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
song, though, man.
Boom.
That's,
That's it. She's gonna do 2 verses. She's gonna have 4 verses. This track. She's gonna do 2.
That
Right.
is why, to the day I die, that I rate Raz Kaz as one of the top rappers that's ever lived.
Yeah, to hold your interest for that long, innit? You know what I
Fucking
mean?
hell, ridiculous.
Yeah.
I got played on radio as well.
Yeah.
Banging that tune. You remember West was banging that tune?
Westwood played it every week.
Yeah.
Westwood was like these white devils out there.
Westwood was loving that. Same as me. Like that's. I was like, yeah, I get this.
That is every white guy, yeah, who's a fucking hip hop head. That's their favorite shit. Like,
it's my favorite shit.
It's either that or Dance with the Devil. Those 2 songs, like they're gonna bring those
Never
up.
playing Dance with the Devil.
Which one was
Dance with the Devil is that tune that when you go to a house party and there's a white girl.
Have you heard this?
Dreadlocks,
Have you heard? You got to hear this. It's the deepest song ever.
you're into hip hop, aren't you? Give us the aux chord.
Who Dance with the Devil by?
Immortal Technique.
Immortal Technique.
Is that the one? I need to check that out. Then I need to check.
Well,
that
it kind of fits with your track. To be fair, like,
Yeah, it's not
out.
far off.
it's about Paige.
Oh, she turns out she got AIDS at the end of it. That one.
Yeah, but it's like
No, it's about Babs.
That's real. She's got crabs at the end.
You're like, yeah, but you know what's really funny? It's one of them songs as well. Yeah, like if you just tell the story, you're like, okay, that's all right. It's not that deep, but everyone goes on like it's the deepest thing. The plot twist.
It's the beat as well. Like the beat is like it samples some classical tune as well. And it's not really that deep.
Why is it always girls that tell you about that song as well?
I don't know.
Always girls that are like, yeah, have you heard this?
A girl told me about that song as well.
Yeah, that's
pillow talk. Then she started telling me about that tune.
That no fucking pillow talk. Don't bring that shit up in pillow talk. Are you mad? You best play Drake and shut the fuck up.
Actually, what's the opposite of Viagra? Oh
yeah. My penis has become an innie. Fuck that shit, man.
I met this guy Jock. He had an infected cock. Like that's.
Bruv, you know what you should do, yeah, Terry? Yeah, you got to now become a woman, and then you rap the next 2 verses.
Tell me more. I'm interested.
Yeah, you rap the next 2 verses on my tune, bro, from a female perspective.
I'll definitely get away with that. I'll change my pronoun.
Yeah. I got an old weave. I got an old weave here. I got an old weave. That's kind of blonde as well.
I don't even know why you have the weave. He's got like it's
why
too.
Wouldn't it? But the thing is, at this point, why wouldn't he have?
I know, man. I don't. Yeah, fuck you know. My guys.
In the battle room at the fucking British Legion.
Bro, I tell you know anyone. I tell anyone, go get a job at the British Legion, man. When you're leaving school, that's a sick job.
Yeah. Nah, if you like racism and
But none of them were racist when I was working there. They knew what time it was, innit? They kept if they were
1842.
No, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it on my shift.
They didn't even see you as a human.
Yeah.
They would do it on my shift, man. Maybe
Alex, we like you. This is the others.
You're one of the good ones, mate.
You're one of the good ones.
But once I went into a pub in flipping, where is it? Bermondsey, yeah.
Oh
and
god!
when I got in there, the whole place just went dead quiet, yeah. And I said,
"You wearing a hat?"
No. I was wearing. And I was like, "Can I get a pint?" And the woman was just looking at me like it was like American Werewolf in London, innit? And I was like, "Give me a fucking pint," and then she just give me it. Then I sit there drinking it, and then gradually people started becoming more friendly, yeah. So this geezer come up, he was like, "Yeah, mate, I like Frank Bruno." I was like, okay.
When was this?
Huh?
When was this?
Last
Frank
week.
Bruno.
Last week. 19.
2006. 2006.
Frank Bruno in 2006.
Yeah, because he was
Frank
trying to
Bruno
bond
was in
with me, man. He was trying to bond with me, innit? He was trying to show me that he's not a racist thing. But there was like
I never let him get away with that.
An R&B thing.
Bro, I like Lenny Henry, and I
like Frank Bruno, innit? Yeah, there's an R&B.
Sidney Poitier is my favourite actor. Have you seen To Sir With Love?
Sidney Poitier, yeah?
Yeah. You look a bit like him, actually. You know, what the fuck you talking about?
Bermondsey exists in like this world outside the rest of London. Like Isle of Dogs,
Yeah.
Bermondsey.
You can't even get mad at that. That's old school.
I heard
old school racism.
I heard it's a lot better there now.
Slightly.
Isle of Dogs is better. Like Isle of Dogs has been gentrified a little bit, but
that's old school vintage racism.
Yeah,
Do you know what though? I can deal with that a bit better because their racism is like, I don't hate you, I just don't know you. And it's like,
these guys were hating because what happened was, right? There was an R&B singer, yeah, and they asked me to come and just be in the video in the background, yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. So I said to them, where are you shooting? They go, Bermondsey. I was like, what? They go, yeah, Bermondsey. We're in Bermondsey now. I was like, what the fuck are you doing in Bermondsey, bro? Why are you shooting an R&B video in fucking Bermondsey? That's like mad NF area. And they were like, no, it's cool, man, it's cool. I get down there, there's a police car there, and there's a load of people shouting white power, white power, white power at the end of the fucking road. And I was like, I told you, not in it, I told you. They're like, but the guy was like, I can't believe this still exists in this day and age. I was like, where the fuck have you been, man?
Yeah.
Like, how can you not know?
But away from that kind of old school racism isn't based on like a kind of a victimhood or like that we're scared of like white genocide or anything like that. It's just like it's an old school racism that's like a nationalism more than anything else.
We don't know.
It's not any better, I don't think. Like,
but it's that whole thing of like they're trying to be your friend. It's like, we don't know you.
Yeah.
You've never met a black person before. Like, how can we relate to you as quickly as possible and let you know that we're cool because you're black? It's that kind of thing. And it's like, you can't even...
And another guy, he was on the crew, the film crew, he was Bangladeshi. He come into the pub and the geezer go to him, have you got any DVDs for sale, mate?
Oh, shit. That's fucking crazy. But
on
that note, guys, we are...
I really like Rusty Lee. Do you know where? It's like, what fucking year are we in?
I've been trying to end this podcast for 15 minutes now. For 15 solid minutes, I've been trying to end this fucking podcast. So, guys, we will see you next week. Stay blessed, stay healthy, stay safe.
I'm so tired as well. I just wish you'd end this podcast, man.
I've tried, man.
I'm
fucking tried.
Get on with it, man. Fucking hell.
Fuck! Mom! Fuck! Fucking podcast, man. Alright, I'm pressing. We're good. Peace.